Welcome to Talking Mopars, episode number 175, and another live edition with my friends from the Motley crew of Mopars, Matt Monroe, aka Big Block from at Big Block's Garage, and Blake Anderman from DIY Hemi / Sublime Technologies. We are planning a road trip for Holley's MoParty 2023 that takes us from Louisiana all the way up to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and we're going to document the whole trip. It's going to be a blast. We cannot wait, and we are taking you along for the ride. So without further ado, if you are a Mopar enthusiast, then you are in the right place. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into the best Mopar enthusiast-driven podcast on planet Earth, and I am your host, Chris Albrecht, better known as the Mopar Hunter, and this is Talking Mopars.
You're listening to Talking Mopars with the Mopar Hunter, your direct connection to all things Mopar.
What's happening?
How's it going, everybody?
My good friend Matt, Big Block.
Hello.
In the house. It's been a while. Let me just turn that off. It's been a while since I did a Talking Mopars live. And
It's been a minute, man. I thought you didn't love us anymore.
Not that at all, actually. There's just so many live streams out there. I thought I'd take a little bit of a break.
They kind of took off when somebody I know started doing them.
That's crazy. More power to everybody.
I guess so.
More content. Yeah, dude. We're on the show tonight to talk about a really fun event that we're going to be going to, road tripping out to, and that's Holley's MoParty. I started going at the second annual, and ever since then, it's become one of my favorite events of the year. It's a lot of fun.
It's a must attend for me.
Yeah.
It's one of my absolute must attends. We've gone every year together.
Yeah.
And have just always had a blast. Last year, you flew in, road tripped over with me.
Yeah.
This year, we're both flying to New Orleans.
New Orleans. I've never been to Louisiana. I'm really excited.
I've been there when I was like 6 months old. And that was about it.
Yeah, it's one of the states I haven't been to yet, and I think we go through what, Bama. We're
gonna do a little time in Bama.
Hell yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot
We
of
don't
fun.
blast Sweet Home Alabama while going through there. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, MoParty is like my eastern United States favorite show so far, and then of course muscle cars at the Strip. That is my West Coast.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That one, after this, when I went out there to do that one with you, that one is now a must attend.
Hell of a lot of fun, right?
Dude, I had so much fun. I had such a stinking blast. Like, we were all out there in the middle of the desert, living like a bunch of hippies.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. The road trip is going to be fun. Our friend Blake from DIY Hemi, also known as Sublime Technologies, is coming on the show tonight, and we're actually road tripping up from his place. So it's going to be a ton of fun. And he's kind of organized like a little Louisiana road trip.
Shoot, yeah, he has. I'm excited, man. There's some cool cars that are going to be in that road trip, even though they're going to be on trailers.
I don't give a shit.
Sad face.
No, there's something I really enjoy about road trips to these events. It makes the experience even better. The worst part about these, though, is when you know that the event's over and you got to go home. So it's a little depressing.
Man, the hardest part's always saying bye to everybody.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's always the hardest part for me.
I'm just glad that there's these events that we can all go to and hang out and just have a good time. And MoParty, like muscle cars at the Strip, is cool. It used to be Mopars at the Strip long before I started attending, but it's still Mopar dominant. But when you go to an event that's all Mopars, it's like, this is amazing, because I'm a jerk. I will walk past Fords and the occasional Chevy and just go for all the Mopars at most shows. However,
yeah,
I do enjoy all cars, and Muscle Cars at the Strip it's just a fun event, and it's at an amazing facility. And I've noticed that for me, all these different events, including duct tape. I'm going to duct tape like a week after MoParty. So like all these different events, they all have something that they bring to the table that's cool and special,
Yeah.
and that just makes it super fun. Um, there's something I like about Bowling Green though, and Beach Bend Raceway Park. It's
It's
I don't know.
homely feeling. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
It's just homely. It just feels. I mean, what we do last year? We were so predictable last year. Our Airbnb was in the same parking lot as Mellow Mushroom, so it was guaranteed every evening after the event we were
oh,
at Mellow Mushroom, just
yeah, we were.
hanging out.
um, yeah, it was a ton of fun. Um, and it's just like you try to go like Matt and I went with our goal to get content, and we just had so much fun talking to people and hanging out. It's super hard when you're trying to get content and all you do is want to kick it with your friends and, talk Mopars.
Oh yeah, oh
But
it's. I mean that in itself, we need to be better about turning that into content.
oh yeah. This time it's I was looking at some of the footage that my dad went with me. We road tripped to Las Vegas for Muscle Cars of the Strip. My dad had my GoPro glued to his hand. This guy
Bro, your dad was a freaking machine.
hours and hours and hours. I'm like, some of it's almost a shame that I have to cut it up, but I'm gonna save the whole thing. And I'm just gonna have to piece it together. It's gonna be several videos, but I'm gonna do like one like montage type video, you know what I mean? Like all
Yeah.
the shit.
Oh
But
yeah.
but if you see us at MoParty, we're probably gonna have cameras and everything will be recorded. So this is your disclaimer that if you see us, we're not gonna stop recording. So just
No,
know,
you're gonna be on camera. Congratulations.
yeah, don't sue us.
Yes. Can't stop, won't stop.
We're actually, I think we need to go forward with the documentary. I think we need to document the whole thing, the road
Oh,
trip.
dude, I'm in. I'm already planning all the directorial decisions.
That's
Um,
awesome. It's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
have it
great.
all planned out.
Absolutely. If you haven't been to Mo Party, you definitely have to go check it out. I hope that they end up doing a Mo Party West because I think that, with LS Fest, they have it
Yeah.
East and West. And I think Mopars are right there. I think I think it could be successful. And they actually do LS Fest West at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So you can
Oh man,
imagine.
are you kidding me? I just get to go to Vegas twice a year.
I know. Gosh, if Holly's Mo Party could do a West Coast show in Vegas, that would be awesome too. Then I'd have two reasons to go to Vegas every year. It's
Bro,
the amount of
I'd get
car
those.
debauchery.
I would get those trips on lock.
Yeah. If I could just find a way, I really want to bring um my stuff to these events that are further away, but just the road trip to Vegas, trailering the dart, my God, what a pain in the ass. Fun, don't get me wrong, but damn. That's
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. There was something about cruising that show at night
yeah,
in the dark. It was awesome,
it was badass. It's I
especially when we happened upon the underground Huffy racing.
um I'm not kidding you when I say that I hope that I can get this Hemi swap done by the next Muscle Cars of the Strip because I would love to just leave the trailer at home and drive the car. That would be great. Um,
Yeah, I think old Chief is gonna end up down at Blake's sooner than later.
hell yeah.
Just so we can get the Hemi swap done and just so it's all done, put the truck together and
Yeah.
just enjoy it instead of like dreading the day we're gonna have to take it apart again to put the Hemi in.
What? Let me ask you something.
Yeah,
What out of the Mo parties that we've been to? What's your favorite part about Mo Party?
man, it's gotta be the people. I mean, the cars and stuff are awesome, but we've met so many cool people at these events and just hanging out with them. Um, like I
Yeah.
said, I mean, Sparks, which I'm repping on the shirt tonight. That's cool. That's more my hangout show, which
Hmm.
again is the people.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Sparks has to be more my hangout show I go cover. I mean, it's just all the different people we meet at Mo Party for sure. Like, I mean, we got Keaton and them with
Yeah.
the Charger and the Roadrunner. We
Yeah. Hell
got, I mean, just it's just cool meeting people, watching you walk around, being like, "Hey, I like your shirt,"
yeah.
and
it, man, if you've never been to an event in a different part of the country and seen somebody wearing a shirt that you made that has nothing to do with your pocket. It's just a design that you made.
Yeah,
It's weird. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome, and I love it when I see that kind of stuff. Not even because I made some money on it. It's just like I designed something cool enough that somebody somewhere else would wear. It blows my mind. But even meeting people who are like, "Yeah, I listen to the podcast," that blows my mind. And I'm just like, "Shit, this is crazy." But yeah, it's MoParty's just it's badass. I love that show.
I
And
mean,
what I love is the car show, drag racing. They got off-road stuff now, autocross. Um yeah, it's just I mean, what do you want? They got it. Those
yeah,
events are the best. I
no,
love them.
it's they have a little bit of everything for everybody, and it's a good
Yeah.
time.
The problem is I always feel after those types of shows that I feel a little gypped. Only and it's my own fault because I feel like I don't spend enough time at the track or you know what I mean?
Bro, I
Um
can tell you right now,
it's
I
tough.
didn't watch one drag race last year.
I only saw
We
one.
were we were so busy.
Yeah, it was rough, but this year we're gonna have to think about it and make some sort of an itinerary.
Oh yeah, we'll
It's
figure it
tough
out.
though. You run into people, you start talking, next thing you know, an hour's gone by. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
I mean, my plan so far is we just need to be recording no matter what,
Yeah,
and then just get what we get.
yeah.
I mean, I
Anything
now
can be edited. I mean, I was looking
yeah,
at my dad's footage and I was like, he's a little rough around the edges, but we can make
I
it
mean
work.
anything can be made to work, but
Thank God for stabilization. Good Lord.
bro, I'm telling you right now, those Hero 9s with their digital stabilization,
Yeah.
game changer.
Yeah. Now that my dad's retired, I was thinking about this when I was at Muscle Cars at the Strip. I was watching him and how much fun he was having just holding the camera. And he's a pretty quiet dude unless you start talking to him. So he's the
Yeah.
perfect guy to just follow you around and just record everything that happens. He got a couple good conversations um, at Muscle Cars at the Strip. And, if I could afford it, I would probably drag him to every event and I'd give him 2 GoPros. I'd be like, here, take both of these.
Just go,
And
man. Just
just,
go.
just let him go nuts. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm super excited. I'm really excited, almost more so than the actual event itself. There's something about traveling to a new place and road tripping out with your buddies, dude.
Oh yeah,
We had
bro.
so much fun.
Oh man, the road trip's gonna be next level.
Yeah.
Just kicking it with you and Blake for the whole
No.
drive.
It what was crazy for me was you picked me up at the airport in Arkansas. We road trip out, and I'm like, this is so much fun. And then we get to the event, and it was like the event. It was like a whole peak of a weekend. It was insane. And the more events I go to, the more I realize I wish I could do this for a living and just go hang out and just do car stuff
Bro,
all year long.
if I could find a way to get paid to just
Good
travel and
God.
do this stuff, oh my god. Tell you right now, my job would just be like a vacuum. I'd be
Yeah.
out there so fast.
Yeah. And the key for people that are like, man, I wish I could do that. Just start a YouTube channel, a podcast, whatever you want, and get legit and get media passes. Once you get
Oh
that
man,
media credential, they're like, yeah, go over wherever you want. It's like, what?
I showed Fro how to get his media credentials,
Yeah.
and so he's going to Ford Fest.
Oh, nice.
He's gonna drive his Fairlane out to Ford Fest.
It's a man. Watch like everybody's just got media passes. It's like I got an Instagram.
I got an
uh,
Instagram.
it's funny. It's gonna get tough to get those things because who doesn't have a channel these days? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I tell you right now, I can provide a business LLC paperwork, so
Yeah,
I am legit.
that's exactly what it. Like I think that's what it's gonna eventually come down to because everybody can have a channel, but how legit are you? Are you paying taxes? You paying
Yep.
business taxes? Okay, get in there. But yeah, it's just I envy the magazine people or like the 1320 video guys, that are just always out doing fun stuff.
Right?
Yeah. Um last time we chatted on Talking Mopars, you hadn't started chopping away at Chief yet, right?
Oh no, I hadn't. I had
Yeah.
not. Well, we cut into that, dude. He's
Oh man. There's something I still love trucks. I want a truck so bad. I want another tin grill. Um
bro. I'm sending you 10 grills, and it's
I
just
know
like
it's bad, dude. I have to be careful though, because so I went to I know that a lot of Mopar guys, I'm probably gonna lose you right now, but I went to Formula Drift, right? And
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, I saw that.
lot of imports. And oh boy, here we go. The party's just begun.
Is he here?
Let's bring him in. My man. What's up, Blake?
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Just for
How's it
anybody wondering, here's Blake. He's alive and well down in the bayou. He's alive.
I am
Shugs in the
He is here.
comments.
Oh, what's up, Katie? Um, we were just talking about how I went to Formula Drift, and I was like, well, we're about to piss off a bunch of Mopar people, but I was very disappointed that the one Mopar was a Viper, and I was like, I get it, heavy muscle cars and stuff, probably not going to be at this huge drift event, but I started thinking, I was like, how many people drift trucks? And there's this guy on Instagram that's got a C10. He drifts the piss out of that thing, and all I could think about was, man, this would be even more badass if it was a tin grill with a Hemi.
Is that the C10R?
I don't know if it's a C10R. This C10.
I think I know who you're talking about,
If
Blake.
the guy's ever listening, the thing's a ratty POS, but he can drive the shit out of that thing. It's amazing.
Impressive.
Yeah, super. I mean, I know that a lot of people
not spend enough time in the South. We drift trucks.
Yeah, I mean, I've been missing out because I was like, how many drift trucks are there? Because I'm, obviously I have no aspirations for Formula Drift. Those guys, I mean, when you talk about ultimate control of a vehicle, like I'm super impressed. Yeah, I still don't quite like. It's almost like I told my buddy, I was like, if I ever had like a drift car company, I'd call it Just the Tip, because they literally come in, they go around, and it's like 30 seconds. It's a 30-second run. Oh, and I was sitting there talking shit, and then I realized, well, what's drag racing, dude? You go down the track for 10 seconds, But it's fun. All motorsports, watching these people that have this skill to do these amazing things. It's great. You're watching these guys come into these corners at like 100 miles an hour, like that close to the wall. And then sometimes they hit when they're tandem drifting. It's insane. But I was like, man, I would love to see a tin grill just drift it out. It's got the handbrake and doing crazy stuff. But, it can't be an automatic. You got to bang gears.
So that was kind of phase 2 for Low Buck.
Really?
Yeah, it was to be Pro Touring truck. I have an 81, 82 C10 bumper. People are going to kill me for putting a Chevrolet bumper on a D150. But the fact of the matter is, after the tin grill era, I guess when they are technically first gens, right? I never really found that front bumper fit the body lines that well. Like it was almost like an afterthought, So I scoured the junkyard and found specifically 80, 81 or 81, 82 Chevy C10s had turn signals in the front bumper instead of in the grill. It was the only 2 years that were that way, and it was square body. I had seen other first-gen Rams where they used the C10 front bumper for a little bit more of a form fit, and they actually look really well. They look good, especially painted. My idea was, Chevy, they make everything for it, right? I was going to do a front splitter with the Workerbill strut rods on it, like the front lip spoiler.
There you go.
And then turn the two front turn signals, which are actually pretty large turn signals, turn them into functional ducts for front brake cooling.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember that.
Yeah. I still have the bumper and everything, but,
Nice. I like first
gen. We can still do it. I don't care.
If I wasn't obsessed with tin grills, I would probably get a first gen. And the coolest one that I've seen, somebody made their own phantom grill. Like what they did was they grafted, and I forget what year it was, but they grafted the grill so that the headlights were behind it. Let me see if I can find it. It was so awesome.
Are you talking about the one that it's a phantom grill utilizing an extra first gen grill?
Yes.
So the bars go over the headlight. I've seen it. That thing is beautiful. It took a lot of work to build that.
Oh,
I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Well, what was the first gen a while back that was, I think it was a SEMA build that had the fully custom billet front grille on it, and it had like the
Oh yeah,
honeycomb.
yeah,
That was a
yeah,
nice one. That was a really nice truck.
Nice.
yeah. There's been a couple really cool first gens that were built, um, and at least the aftermarket's coming around,
It
um,
is. It
which
It's
is
really
trying
is.
amazing.
to.
Well, you're starting to see more players come into it. LMC is offering more. In the beginning, I think like your LMC, it was more or less a JC Whitney. It had a universal carpet, a
Yeah,
universal ignition switch. It's just stuff that was, kind of not really specific to the first gens.
yeah,
But now that, I mean, you can even get on Rock Auto and find form fit molded carpet in both cut pile and loop. You
that's
can
crazy.
find headliners, complete home. I think ABS backed headliners now too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, you can't find seat upholstery. That's kind of a bummer.
LMC has some options for the benches.
Yeah.
They're not great. Don't get me wrong, they're not great. But I mean,
So
you're starting to see a lot more swept line parts
that's awesome.
also.
Well, you got companies like, was it TMI, that are coming
Yeah.
out with full interior kits that are just amazing. They are expensive. Holy shit! I was
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
my
Atomic
god.
Atomic Armadillo started making kick panel speaker pods for
Mhm.
Swifties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$400 for a pair.
good god. I
I mean,
mean,
I'm gonna spend it, obviously, but
it's tough when you're the only
You can't not spend it.
yeah, when
you
you're the
can't you
only
can't not have the tunes.
one in town. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, where else are you
Bro,
gonna get these from?
now
You know?
I will say this though. I mean, it's great knowing people. My sandblaster and powder coat guy, he's a swept line aficionado.
Nice,
I think he's got a windshield for me even.
nice.
So I
Mhm.
mean, like
Yeah.
I went up one day and he's like, "Oh, let's just go through the buildings." We went through like 3 different buildings of swept line parts.
Jeez, that's cool.
He's building some D500s
Mm.
with overdrive gears and stuff.
You
Oh wait,
know, a Swepty
that's not
crew
right.
cab
Hold on,
is my weakness, and you send them to me all the time.
I know.
bro.
They're
I
so nice.
I just want to see my boys in Swifties. I don't know.
I when it comes down to, we'll talk about 4 generations. We'll talk about the swept line era, like the early ones, the tin
Mhm,
grills, the first gens, and now the second gens. When it
mhm.
comes to project trucks, as much as I love tin grills, I'm like, the pick is almost either a first gen or a Swifty because the parts are just more readily available. Um, I think
Which shocks me. I really
it's
figured it'd
crazy,
be
right?
10. I figured it'd be 10 grills before Swifties, but
Second gen,
Swifties are gaining ground.
Second gens, I mean, you can still go to the wrecking yard and find those things,
right?
Yeah,
So there's still going to be a lot of parts available
But
for
they're
them. And I
not
think that
technically class. Oh wait, oh my
yeah,
God, we're
they're
getting
there.
on to our
They're right.
classic.
They're
bro,
right there.
they're there. They're
They're
there.
there.
94,
That's right. They
94
are.
to
They're
01.
classic.
Yeah.
They're almost
Um,
30 years old.
Hmm.
Wow.
as someone who has owned Swifties, second gens, and the first gen, man, there's something about that first gen. I missed that truck. It was a good truck. It was a W250 with a
Nice.
360 in it. Thing never let me down, not once.
Now, Matt, here's one thing you can say about a first gen. Let me tell you, I personally, maybe you have, I personally have never seen a busted up first gen dash. I don't know how they made them. I
Yeah.
don't know what voodoo they put on them, but
Oh, bro,
even
no,
in the
mine was solid.
junkyard, they are beautiful in
Yeah.
beautiful shape. Their color is still good. Not even, I mean, red. The one in the low buck is red. It still looks great.
It's
Amazing.
crazy.
Everyone I've ever ran into at a salvage yard is in great shape. No
For
cracking.
for the
Second
second
gen,
gens, they
not
used
so
a
much.
cheaper plastic compound,
Yeah,
I think is the right way to rephrase this, and so it didn't hold up.
not at all.
And then also, when those second gens came out, Armor All was on the rise, and Armor All's like, what, 95% alcohol?
Oh, it
Is it really?
destroys plastics. Oh, yes.
Oh shit! I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
Armor All is
Oh,
the
no, I
number
will not.
1 seller of replacement dashes is a subsidiary of Armor All.
That's hilarious. Wow.
So a lot
Oh
of the
man.
plastic vehicles, the cladding you've seen out over the years, Chris, especially in the early 2000s, mid 2000s,
Hmm.
think of like all the plastics on the Jeeps and especially like say the Chevrolet Avalanche, where half the thing was like plastic cladding.
Oh yeah.
Um, I could always tell within a matter of years who used Armor All because it gets white and chalky,
Yep, it
and
dries it out.
it dries it out. Yeah, there is no Armor All in this shop. I don't use
No,
their products. I don't.
it's
I can't
like
remember the last Armor All product I bought.
bro. It's just well, look at Armor All, and then
Yeah.
you compare it to these other guys like chemical guys and
Mm,
stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like their stuff actually moisturizes
yeah.
That's right.
plastic. Like it
It's a
soaks
conditioner.
in and conditions. Whereas like Mother's even soaks in and conditions. Um, Griots, if I said that right, Griots. That
Mm.
I'm a Griots household. I use their stuff all the time.
It's good stuff.
Um, but yeah, Armor All dries it out.
Interesting.
Mhm.
I've never been a fan of like the greasy type
Oh,
stuff.
dude,
Mhm.
it's disgusting. Like it's super
Uh,
greasy. It's stupid shiny.
I hate it. Like when I was a detailer for reconditioned construction vehicles, like we had this giant like 55-gallon drum of tire shine, and they're like, yeah,
I
just
hate tires.
spray tire shine all over the thing. So the dash, like you could probably take a squeegee and like squeegee this shit. It was bad. And like
Um,
they're like seats, everything. Like I'm like, okay.
so one of my really good friends, his dad told me once, and his dad's been a car guy forever too. And he told me one time, he's like, natural is beautiful. He says, do not put tires. He said, I will
Mm.
kick your butt if you put tire shine on that car. Just a really good clean rubber.
Yeah.
I've actually found, I haven't found one as good yet, but I use Adams tire and rubber cleaner, which
Oh,
really gets the mold agents like that browning out of
yeah.
tires
Yeah.
and
Really?
just gives it that really good natural rubber look.
Huh.
And it's beautiful. No tire shine needed.
I do hate tire shine. I really
Bro,
do.
I'm not a
Just
I
fan.
do.
It
nasty.
gets dusty the first
Yeah.
time you pull out of the driveway.
Yeah.
And
It's
it flings
automatically
up on your
dusty.
rockers.
It
Yeah.
flings up on your rockers, and it never like I've only seen a couple where I was like, "Oh, that's perfect," and then you look at the tread and it looks like shit because it's so shiny on the outside. Like, I don't know, it just bothers me. And with I like white letters,
Yep.
and I've always heard people talk smack about the BFGs, but I've never had a set that browned on me. And every car I've ever had or truck I've had that has had them has sat outside. It's just a
Mhm.
matter of, I mean, some people will probably say otherwise, but I keep them clean. I never let them get anything other than white.
I'm a huge fan of, I think it's called bleach white.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Huge fan of that when I was running white walls on my Harley.
Mm.
Looks
So
good.
here's what's interesting about that. White walls are quasi coming back. They have a lot of people out there running decals on their tires to make them look like white walls, or even using the white paint pens on their tires.
Yeah.
They also use Flick
Yeah.
Seal.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the redneck. That's the redneck
That's the
white wall
red.
right
Oh,
there.
that's
But
funny.
here's my question. If it's such a popular trend, why is there a noticeable decline in white letter tire offerings from manufacturers?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Oh
It's a little
man,
disappointing for me.
There's just a
it's super
handful of tires
disappointing.
that have white letters still available today.
If it wasn't for the fact I was running white wheels on Chief, he'd have white walls.
I
But it'd be
It
too much
depends on
white.
the vehicle. When I got the Mr. Norm truck, that thing had white walls on it, and I wanted to burn the truck. I was like, these things are
No,
the ugliest
that's not
things
the
on.
that's not the right truck for the white
People
walls.
loved it. Some
No.
people loved it, and I was just like, how? I was like, I cannot do it. I can't do
Bro,
it.
it's built to be a muscle truck. It doesn't need
No,
white walls.
no, absolutely not.
I'll tell you,
But I'd drive that thing around the first couple days I had it with the white walls on it, and people like it almost got more attention with the white walls just because I think it just stood out so
right.
ridiculously, and people were just like, "Cool
Yeah.
truck." But for me, it was an eyesore. I had to get rid of them.
On those trucks in the first gens, I really enjoy seeing the 20-inch spare wheels off the fifth gens.
Yeah, yeah.
The spare Steely's powder coated red or powder coated
Yeah.
white.
There you
That's a
go.
good look. That's a good look. That's a good look.
I like
For a
those.
budget look,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
good.
absolutely.
I mean, now with those, I think white letter wheel tires would be great
Hmm.
with the tin grills and first gens. I think anything from the '60s you can get away with a white wall. That's just my opinion.
Brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real.
But yeah, white letters out.
There's only one thing that trumps it all, and that's a big fat Hoosier or M&H or MT tire on the back. That's the only like. I was looking at Mopar Collector's Guide. Shout out to Jeremy from Shade Tree Vintage Auto, and of course Johnny Mopar. Johnny's Charger and the purple Roadrunner with the Hoosiers. I don't know why, but a ratty Mopar with Hoosiers on the back with the white letters. It just
Bro,
looks
it
bitchin'.
screams absolute do not care. I'm here to have fun.
Absolutely.
That's one guy I wish we could get on a plane to go out to MoParty. I think
Bro,
Johnny
we've been
would
trying
like it.
for years to get him to come
He won't
out.
do it. He won't.
We
do
have been trying. I think it was our first year. We were like, just go to the airport right now.
Yeah.
Come. He was like, nah.
Yeah. He won't do it. You'd have to road trip. Maybe I'll convince him some year to road trip from California. I'll just go meet him.
I mean, that might work, but
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we've been trying for years to get that guy to come, and
I have a little personal mission for MoParty. I'll let you guys know when we get there. But it's something that it's on my bucket list. I've checked off a bunch of bucket list things, and actually, screw it. I really want to. I know a lot of people have driven them and ridden in them. I still have yet to ride in a wing car. I just want to ride in one.
Oh, nice.
I bet we can make it happen.
We can make. Yeah, we can.
I think so. We'll see.
see
Maybe
why we
during the wing car parade or something. I need to find something. I would have settled for the A100 van with the Superbird wing. I would have settled for
Those
riding
guys
that
definitely
thing.
would have gave you a ride.
I hope they're there. I want to see that A100 again. That thing was awesome.
I mean, talk about absolute middle bird of a van. Like, yeah, it's an original wing.
When I was talking to the Holley people, I was like, "See, you guys made me the judge for trucks and SUVs," and I told them, I was like, "I'm a scumbag, and that's part van," and I was like, "And it's got a Superbird wing. I'm this close to giving him first place for that." And they were just like, with all the amazing trucks, and I got it, you know what I mean? But I was like, "You picked the wrong guy," and they're like, they had already been talking about giving him the oddball trophy, and I was like, "Okay, that fits for that thing, perfect."
Yeah.
And he got it, so I mean,
Yeah.
it worked out.
But
that was last year, right?
Yeah.
And in the end, there was 3 trucks that I was trying to decide from. Obviously, Blake, you're familiar with one of them. It was so hard not to pick that truck. So hard. I wanted it.
It's a beautiful
Bro,
truck.
for me, it was that 68 step side
Mm.
with the big old pistol grip shifter.
There was a couple, but man, when it was between the first gen and the Tin Grill, the Little Red Express, both of them Utilines, right? Oh man, it was really tough, but I was like, what's the deciding factor for me? And I've always been a story guy. Excuse me. And the guy with the Little Red Express is like, I've had this truck since I was 16, restored it from the ground up. I've touched every nut and bolt on this thing. I was like, a culmination of that many years and decades of hard work, to finish that truck and have it at that show. I was like, I think I have to give it to him. And I don't know, somebody's gunning for that trophy this year. You know what I mean?
I know.
That truck is on a different level. Like, it went from a crazy level to, like, I don't know what's going to beat that truck this year.
If that truck does not walk away from MoParty with some sort of magazine coverage, I will be extremely shocked.
I can tell you right now, if they made me the truck and SUV judge, somebody better be coming with something better than that, because it's already in the bag. Like, from what I've seen out there, like, that's winner chicken dinner. You know what I mean? And I hate to be that guy, but I'm going there with him already in my mind. Is that's the first place truck? Something's got to beat that, because that was my runner up last year, and the only thing that beat it out was the story.
It's over the top, man.
Oh, bro, it's truly a bad truck. Like,
It's it'll give you a chocolate starfish, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm sure. I won't show it to you. I'll show it to you. I ain't proud of it, but I'll show it to you.
Oh,
It I did have a chance when I was doing the shakedown to make sure everything was ready for it to go home, and I told you guys this. I did a quarter throttle blip on it, and like the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I'm like, okay, we're good. We're good. Gotta make sure this thing gets home. It's intense, man. It really is.
God.
That's awesome.
So
I'm
insane.
excited to see it. I think I got Chris a ride in it already. So
Hell yeah.
you better collect on that.
Oh, for sure. I think you will.
I I almost have a hard time looking at Justin because I'm like, man, I feel so bad that I didn't give him that first place trophy. But now, looking at where the trucks come, if he doesn't get first place for that truck, like I'm not the judge for that class, so I don't know who is.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I hope it's somebody with, because that truck is just, my
I
God.
I mean, just the details in
Mhm.
the full length B body shifter mounted to the 8-speed automatic transmission gate. You have the full set of instrumentation it's fully integrated. So you have proper functioning, really good. Your tack signal. You probably won't notice this because the check engine light won't be on, but CAN bus decoder integrated into the instrument cluster so that it illuminates the original light bulb that says service engine soon.
Really?
That's awesome.
Little finite details
That's
like
crazy.
that. The air conditioned system, so all that stuff is the original TBI fuel injection ECM. All that has been gutted and removed. The whole wiring harness from the front engine bay has been completely removed to just expose beautiful painted inner fenders. It's all been rerouted, redone. And the work he did on that truck, it was just great. All the stuff that he did just made it that much nicer.
Oh, absolutely. I remember the first time I saw it sitting in the show field, and what made me lose my mind, the first part, other than it being a beautiful truck, I was like, look at those slots. My God, I've never seen a more bitchin' set of slots. I was like, oh my God.
The
man.
rears are 20 by 18.
Dude,
Jesus.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah.
That I would say that's one of the really cool features about it is just and how there's like the stigma of SEMA builds, right?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this truck is great until you get close to it.
Yeah. No,
I have had
that
the
truck
pleasure
is-
of having that thing on the lift
Yeah.
and going over the suspension with a fine tooth comb and looking at the fabrication and the work, the details. That truck is built extremely well. The foundation underneath that body is incredible. Whoever did the fabric, I'm not sure who it was. I don't know that much about the truck other than the electrical system, but they did a phenomenal job. I mean, that's one of those vehicles that you crawl under it and you're like, this thing is worth every penny.
No, it was like I said, I really felt bad that it was between. I wish it was a first, second, third. It would have been easy for me to give him the first place trophy. And to be honest, like if I'm being 100% transparent, at the end of the day, it wasn't 100% my decision. And I found that out at the very end. I had to talk with one of the, I think he's like one of the executives or somebody with some power at Holley.
Oh, gotcha.
And he's like, so where are you at? And I said, well, there's a swept line over there. And there's this first gen here and this little red over here. And he was like, well, show me the trucks. So we walked around. I was pointing out all the cool shit that I was looking at. And I told him, I was like, the story of the little red is just cool to me. And I feel like somebody that's put their whole life into something, deserves a little recognition at least once, from a show like MoParty. Sure. And looking at Justin's truck, I was like, this truck's going to get plenty of hardware, dude. He's not going to be short on hardware. So if he's going to hold that against me that 1 year.
Look, as far as Mopar community and Mopar people go, he's cool, man.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those guys you can hang out with, and he is so chill. He's not uptight any bit. So yeah, he's not going to have any hard feelings.
Yeah, that I mean, it's a Travis. Whatever truck that could potentially knock him out of first, with all the work that he's put into it since, like, man, because like you said, Blake, like you could put that truck on the SEMA floor and nobody would bat an eye. They'd probably go, "Holy shit, this is the sickest first gen I've ever seen."
Have you ever seen early photographs of it when it had the decals on the doors?
No, never.
So it used to have gold Little Red Express, but it said Little Gray Express decals on the doors.
Maybe that sounds familiar.
A long time ago, I believe. We'll have to ask him. I'm sure he has pictures.
If it was on Facebook, any time in the past 10 years, I've probably seen it. But it's just it's on such a different level. There's a lot of badass first gens, a lot of badass swept lines out there. I don't think a tin grill this time around will be able to compete as much as I wish there would be one cool enough. But the first gens and the swept lines are just, cleaning house right now. They're just going over the. I mean,
people are getting their hands on them.
Good God!
And they're mild. They're mildly more. They're way more affordable than a C10 or an F100 in the same year or weight class.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I know I'm notorious for getting deals, but I mean, I picked Chief up for $1,500.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you can't do that for the same in a C10. You really can't. No. Even the squares, C10 squares, so 7387, comparatively to a 73 through a 93. I know, shame on me, lump the 10 grills and the first gens in together, because in the South, I know they're different, but in the South,
they're all old body.
They're just all old body Dodge. Like nobody really differentiates. Like it's the same price. Like in some areas of the country, your 10 grill will be 2x the value of a first gen. That's right. Crazy. But down here, it's just an old Dodge. Right?
Bro, I didn't even know there's a thing called a 10 grill until I started hanging out with you, Chris. They're just old. They're old Dodges down here.
That's what they are, And so, like I said, we picked up low buck for $600.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, they've gone up since then, but running and driving $4,500, whereas equivalent C10 or a worse C10, a shitbox C10 is $7,500, $8,000.
C10s are still on a crazy level.
Look at the OBS. Look at the OBS Chevys.
Yep,
that market went through the roof.
Yeah, it is normalized though. It has come down back to reality, but it was insane a couple months ago.
I mean, you'd see a dually for like $45,000.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking at one. So my job now, I'm still out and about, but I'm in different areas now because that's the scope of it. And I was following a driver doing an observation, and I look over, and on the side of this guy's yard is one of those 454 SS trucks. Ooh. And it looks like it had just been sitting there, but it was clean. It was dirty, you know what I mean? But it was clean. Yeah. Like there was no body damage, anything. And I was like, I wonder if this guy knows what he has, because it's just sitting on the side of his house. And I'm like, I've seen those things cleaned up going for 20, 30 grand.
Oh yeah.
That's mostly stock. Yeah. And for a vehicle other than a Dodge, very good looking truck. I was like, damn,
bro,
Chevy
those
pretty good on that
SS trucks are truck royalty around here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I need to go back there and just see if the guy's interested in getting rid of it, because I'm not a Ford guy, but I would buy the right Chevy. I might just try to flip it so I could buy a couple 10 grills and shit. But, good God. I looked over. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Why is this thing just sitting outside rotting? And I was looking at it, and I was looking on both sides. I was like, there's not a dent on this thing.
Why are they still wing cars sitting outside rotting at places?
Man,
people are just, I don't know.
They're going to work on it someday.
Well, you realize they got those cars when they were dirt cheap, and they've had them ever since, and they just watched them skyrocket in value. And unfortunately, the car skyrocketed in value, but they probably have the same job they've had for 30 years, and that's the shame, is like, I got this amazing car and I can't do anything with it, but it's the coolest thing I have, and it's my legacy.
Right.
Well, I mean, with the price, when the prices skyrocketed, they probably got scared to work on it. They're like, I don't even want to touch it now.
I mean, It's almost worth more if you just leave it alone because you're going to
Yeah.
invest so much money into it. It's like
Mhm.
it's a great investment as it is. That's why like a couple weeks ago, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I shared the Trailer Park Superbird that somebody bought for 85 grand. It's like, my God.
Mhm.
And I wish I knew what. Unfortunately, you got guys like Mopars 5150, that whole group of guys that go around snatching them all up. It's like, hey, leave some for the rest of us, guys.
Oh man, they'll snatch them up quick too.
They do, and by the truckload.
My God.
Oh yeah.
They had one recently that was it was ratty, and I was like, oh my God.
I'm not gonna say where, but there is a CUDA sitting under a carport at a local business.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. And have you offered a kidney for it yet?
No, not yet.
Right.
I saw my cousin went to school with the guy who owns the business.
Really?
Yeah, so it's probably his CUDA, I'm guessing. I don't know. It's been there for years. I have to go see them for some stuff.
Mm.
So I'll probably pick somebody's brain about it. Be like, what's
Hell
going on
yeah.
with that over
Hey,
there?
if anything, here's your move. You go over there and say, look, I know you probably want too much for the car. I won't tell anybody where this location is. Can I get some footage of this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely get footage, dude. Don't forget that friggin' Shelby Charger that I took video of got me 3 million hits. Okay.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
a
only
good
reason
point.
why I'm monetized on Facebook is that Shelby Charger that I pass every day on the way to work. And every day I look at it and I go, I almost owe it to that thing just to buy it and have it sit and rot in my yard. You know what I mean?
That's
It's like you helped build my house.
I mean, it's
true.
crazy. The fact that there's still Mopars out there like that. You
Oh, yeah.
think that they've been
Yeah.
found, all of them. But
Are
I
they
think
still out there?
they're out
No.
there. You got to be the right place, right time with the right amount of cash. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
Cash talks, bullshit walks. That's all there is to it.
And some of these high profile cars, they have people waiting in the bushes. They know about them.
Oh yeah.
They're just itching to get to them, and it's almost
It's stalkerish.
it's a testament of how hard you work to get to them because
Yeah.
some of these people are old school, and somebody could come with a briefcase full of cash but is super snobby and arrogant, and they're like, no thanks. And then someone comes with less and says, hey, look, I want to do this with my son, and has a little bit more of a pure heart. And I mean, people do crazy stuff, man.
There's definitely like that for sure.
That's why I got the deal on Chief. I know the guy. Is my powder coat guy, and he was like, "Man, you're gonna do something cool with it." Yeah, go ahead. That's my bottom dollar, and that's the bottom dollar I was gonna do anyway. I was like, "Let's do it." And he's now getting air ride with a cowhide headliner and door panels.
Indeed.
I mean, the truck's gonna be awesome.
And I'll say this about trucks, man.
It's gonna be awesome.
There's no damn rules when it comes to trucks.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like, just make your truck how you want your truck.
My God, that's why I love muscle cars, but damn it, the purists really take the fun out of it. Now there is a place for pure cars, but if you're gonna give somebody shit for taking a '68 Satellite and building a street machine out of it,
yeah,
Satellite with a 318, call them shit, like, get out of here, dude. You know what I mean?
I prefer non-pedigreed cars to, in most cases.
Yeah.
I appreciate pedigreed cars. I like them. I love being able to witness, the cool things that were built back in the day.
Oh yeah.
But I love the fact that a non-pedigree car, you can just go balls out and drive it, run it, have fun with it, do what you want with it, without the guilt.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's why I've decided that my swan song will probably be a 70 Roadrunner converted into a bird. I have to. I will never. If I am going to die and I'm on my deathbed and I do not or have not owned a wing car, even if it is a clone, I will feel like I did not complete my job. Much like I feel like I didn't complete my job when I saw this guy. My wife shows me this post of this guy, right? And there's a beautiful van, and he's like, if I get this podcast up to 500,000 followers, then they're going to give me this van, and I'm going to turn it into a mobile podcast studio. My heart sank. I was like, you've got to be shitting
But did he do it? I don't think he did it.
The podcast is called like the X5 podcast or something like that. I've never even heard of it, but they've got some pretty good guests, and I don't think it'll be very hard to get him to 500,000. But it just pissed me off because I was like, right place, right time. You know, he didn't build that van. He's getting it handed to him, and he's going to turn it into a bitchin' podcast studio. I'm all for it. I think it's awesome, and I'd love to see it. But
I missed that part. He's turning it into a podcast studio?
So this podcast, if this guy can get them to 500,000, I don't know if he's affiliated with them or what, but they're going to give him this van, this fully custom Dodge van, and he flat out said, I'm going to turn this into a mobile podcast studio. I was like, well, I'll be damned. Well, there goes my idea.
Well, I mean, like I said when you brought this up, we don't have to be the first.
Yeah.
We just got to do it better.
It's a pretty bitchin' van, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I saw that van. I was like, oh god.
I mean, look, the van exterior can be cool, but he could also shit the bed with the podcast thing, you know.
At that point, I was like, all right, maybe it's the Dodge RV. I gotta take it up a notch. You know?
Bro, I've sent you some cheapo Dodge RVs from around here.
I've been looking, dude. I've been looking.
I don't think that van's gonna come to fruition, Chris.
I really don't, man. I don't see.
I don't think it's gonna come to fruition.
I don't think he can pull it off.
Like I was doing the math, right? You said, okay, 500,000 followers. Let's think about that for a minute, just logistically. I'm gonna pull the numbers out and be a nerd right now. Okay. So I was looking, of course, like everybody knows you can buy social media followers, right? So I'm like, what does 500,000 followers look like monetarily? Like, you know, if you had to pay somebody to get you 500,000 followers, and from the math I was doing, it's like 50 G's, right? It's like $50,000 to pay these companies to get you about 500,000 followers. So you can almost argue the worth that you're bringing to the table and getting them to 500,000 followers is like they're getting a heck of a deal, because it's like they're basically getting a $50,000 service, right?
Yeah.
Think of it that way, right? So if you have that much clout that you can get them to that following, then you should be charging them plus the van, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? And then if they're willing to give a van away for 500,000 followers, I mean, I just by numbers, I don't think they will be successful.
I mean, it's a big shot in the dark.
I'm looking. To be honest with you, I didn't even look at their Instagram, like the podcast Instagram, to see. And it's their YouTube page. I thought it was their Instagram. I was like, oh, they got 22,000 on Instagram. They're never gonna make it. Let me see what they're. They got me curious. Let me see here. X5 podcast. Let's see where they're at. 85,000. Good luck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Good luck, boys.
That's what we're saying. Like it's
man,
it's not gonna happen. They literally. I can't remember the Greek legend, but the dude that sentenced to roll the rock up a hill that never ends.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean it's that kind of challenge.
Never ending.
Yeah.
I don't foresee it, Chris. I think you are.
How did I look at that?
This is the part in our movie where it cuts away and goes 20 years later.
20 years later. Oh man. Let's talk about this road trip again. So we managed to get flights landing in New Orleans at the same time. I was excited when I caught that. I had to work my schedule a little bit, and I do have a little bit of a layover, but it's so worth it. I was like, oh, perfect. It'll be great for Blake. He can roll up, grab us, head back to his place, get some shut-eye, get up first thing in the morning, head out.
If you think I won't white girl run to that airport when I see you.
Oh my God. I'm super excited to visit New Orleans, even though we're going to be there for, a blink of an eye.
Split second.
Blake, tell me about the path to Bowling Green. Where are we going to be going through? I have no idea what this trip looks like.
We have a few options. There's cities and things that we can see on either route.
Okay.
Or there's 3 potential routes. The most direct route, which I believe we're taking, and that's what we've most recently decided upon, is Interstate 59.
Okay.
So essentially from the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain, which is right across the lake from New Orleans, is where Interstate 59 begins. It's the start of that interstate. and it goes straight up through Mississippi, Alabama. It passes through Birmingham, and it goes up to Nashville and into Bowling. Well, in Nashville, we're gonna go to 60. It turns into 65, but it's in that same general direction. It goes all the way up to Bowling Green. So that's our route, Interstate 59 up through Birmingham, and then up through Nashville, and then Bowling Green, Kentucky.
And would you say about 10 hours or what?
It's 9 hours and 18 minutes.
Yeah, so it depends on traffic. So I check it pretty frequently, just to get an idea of which times of the day is a little bit quicker and flow. And I've had it timed where it was at 8 hours, like almost right at 8 hours. If we're missing the optimal traffic in Nashville and Birmingham and those cities we're going to be passing through, you can get it down to as much as 8, but I'm going to say 10.
Yeah.
10's
not
bad.
For sure going to stop and do road trip things.
Shenanigans. So. Yeah, for sure.
Shenanigans.
Dude, I'm excited. I haven't been to Alabama or Mississippi or Louisiana, so I'll be able to knock out 3 states on the trip. So that's fun.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. I love road trips, dude.
Oh, it's going to be fun. So I will say this, okay? In Louisiana, you're not going to see much because we're pretty close to the border.
Yeah.
And it's going to be mostly dark when you see it, except for on the return trip, you'll see more of it. Mississippi has some treasures.
Okay.
But Alabama has more.
Really?
From my car hunting experience, Alabama is a treasure trove of muscle cars.
Oh my God.
Hiding in weeds. I mean, you'll get off on an interstate exit to get gas, and then you'll look over and you'll see. Legitimately, one time I was going through 59, I got off on an exit, and there was a black, I want to say it was like a 69 or a 68 GTX with the white GTX stripes sitting, rotting in a field. I'm like,
oh my God.
Just chilling.
I mean, just chilling. And just on this random exit.
Let me ask you something, Blake. Do you trust the CUDA? How far would you drive that thing?
I'd drive it the whole way.
All right, I'm going to bring a stack of cash, and if we run across anything, I think it'd be fun to get on video. Let's make an offer and throw it on the trailer. That would be insane. Could you imagine? I'd be like, well, Blake, I really have no way to get it home because I just spent all my money. So we're gonna
trailer has a winch, man.
We're going to have to leave it at your place for a while.
The purpose of trailering the car is, in the truck, you have 8-speed transmission.
Oh, yeah.
And you have, just a little bit more creature comforts. And we could all really just stretch out a little bit more than being in a 2-door roadster.
Absolutely.
A 2-door sports car. But no, I don't have any issues. Last year, as a matter of fact, my father-in-law had my car trailer. And we are about a 2.5 hour drive from the heart of Cruising the Coast, the large event down here. I drove that car to and from the Gulf Coast 4 times. So 4 round trips. Yeah, 4 round trips. And driving it all up and down, like 90 miles of coastline. Did not blink an eye. Sitting in traffic, bumper to bumper. I did about 80 on the interstate, pretty high RPMs. I still have 355 gears in the 4-speed pistol grip, 18 miles to the gallon.
God, modern Hemis, dude.
Our Hemi's not great. Like, I cannot wait to bring Chief down.
Dude, it was insane. And I was like playing with people, on the interstate,
Yeah.
She's not the prettiest, she's not the fastest, but she's a hell of a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the best. Those are the best.
That's what it is. I don't have a problem. The thought crossed my mind this morning. I'm like, what if we find something? Like, oh heck, I'll toss the keys to Chris and Matt, and I'll follow. Like,
well,
I have no problems with that.
I offer myself as tribute to make the sacrifice to drive the CUDA for a while.
Well, they had that $3,000 Little Red Express project at MoParty, and I remember last year thinking, if I had the money and a way to get that home, I would buy that thing in a heartbeat just to have it, because it was the epitome of a ratty Little Red Express.
Really? It was a real
real
Little Red.
Yeah, no engine in it, ready to go, dude. I think it was $3,900 or something.
Yeah,
something ridiculous, and it needed some love. But I mean, as far as body and shit, I don't give
It
a shit
needed a
about
bath more than anything.
that. Yeah, give it a bath, give it the old Poppy's patina finish, and throw the old Hemi in it. Yeah,
The
I've
swap meet's
been
always next
wanting
level.
to get one of y'all vehicles down here so bad.
I know. As I'm like, if I could get something while we're down there, it's like,
Bro, I'm telling you, once we get to airbag stuff buttoned up on Chief, I'm bringing them down. We're gonna knock out so we can do that Hemi swap.
hell yeah.
Hemis galore, man. Hemis galore.
Believe if I'm not driving, believe I'm going to be on Marketplace on every single city we roll through within like a 500-mile radius. There's so much good stuff in that area that sometimes I just go on Marketplace and I check out different parts of the country because Facebook Marketplace sucks so bad for like looking at the grand scope of things, which sucks. God, it sucks. They could, my God, they could change the game if they like. There would be no Craigslist if they could just iron out their shit.
Marketplace is horrendous. The organization and the way sponsored ads trumps everything. And still, I mean, if I'm looking for a Plymouth between 1968 and 1974. Why are you showing me a 22 Toyota Corolla?
Yeah,
bro, it sucks so
bad. Brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real.
It does.
But Craigslist is dead down here in the South. Absolutely dead in Louisiana.
Nobody uses Craigslist. They removed the hookers and it just died.
It really, I think it's just people with money that don't mess with Facebook that even use Craigslist. Because why? Why would you even use it? Marketplace is amazing. And like I said, I like going to Texas because they got a lot of good trucks still down there. And I'm like, damn, they've got such good trucks and they're cheap. Up here, it's just so hard. Like it's few and far between, and you're ending up getting in a bidding war with most people. It's tough. There is one Udaline that's over. I don't want to give it away because I don't want anybody to buy it out from under me because I still haven't decided if I want it or not. But it's up here and it's on Marketplace, but it's like disappeared. But when I go to the chat that I had with this guy, and this was like last year, I had this chat with him. It's the ad's still there. But when I search for that exact search term and everything, the year, the model, all that, it will not come up. Another thing that I've noticed
before
is I see a lot of cool cars that are posted as Plymouth Acclaims or whatever.
Oh, yeah, because they don't know what they got. They just post. They're just posting the post.
People don't know how to post on Facebook Marketplace. Here's a secret. All you have to do is select other, and it allows you to fill in. That's why my car was a 72 Roadrunner, and it wasn't a 72 Plymouth Acclaim or whatever, because people don't know how to put it in. It's funny because how many more hits would they get? Like, the Roadrunner got thousands. Thank God not all those people were interested because it would have been wading through. And I waded through a lot of shit to get to people that were really serious about the car. Out of the 100 or whatever it was, 3 people actually really had money. So, I mean, that gives you an idea of selling a car on Marketplace. It's almost worse than Craigslist if you're the seller. You know what I mean? Because it's so easy to just chat somebody, you know?
No, it's like this. Hey, how firm are you on the price? I got a little bit of wiggle room. Maybe I could drop about $1,000 off.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Yeah. I like the ones where it's like they reach out. Hey, you still got the whatever? Like, yep, sure do. And they're like, hey, I own a tint shop. You want some templates? It's like, I'm sorry, did it say I want tint templates in an ad, dude? Like, what are we doing here?
I absolutely love the people that post a car for sale on their public profile and they throw the thumb up over the license plate. You know, I love those people. I love them because at the same time they're the people with like their kids' school, activity, and name on the back window of their daily.
I will absolutely post my license plate. Come find me. I mean, I'm not that hard of a guy to find, but that's why I own guns. So, I mean, approach with caution, you know. But God, it's so. It bothers me every time I see like a thumb. Like,
yeah. But also, who's not going to change their mind if they come to roll up and like I'm standing out in the garage looking at them like.
I've seen ones where they're like blocking the license plate, but you can see their house in the background and their house number. And you look at a couple of the other pictures and it shows the street and you can look across to see the street sign. And you're like,
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like the people that worry about their license plate being in their picture are the people that post everything about themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I got your daily routine down, Miss Darby's.
My dad is the guy though. He wouldn't do his thumb. He would like take a piece of cardboard and place it over the player like a rag. You see that shit too. My dad would totally do that. I know it for a fact.
Yeah, your dad gets a pass though. He's awesome.
Yeah, I'll give him a pass. Except for speaking of Griot's Garage, right? I think that's how you say it. Anyway,
I don't know.
They're doing a Radwood event tomorrow, and I tried to get my dad to take his '86 Daytona down there. And I went to register the car today for the show, and they're already sold out. I was pissed. And
Jeez.
my dad is so paranoid about his shit that he's like, I don't know. Because I was like, we can still drive down there and cruise the car. You know, people are going to see it. It'll be fun. And he's like, I don't know. I don't really want to park it anywhere other than like in the show. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, you never know. And I'm like, you think somebody's going to steal? And with my luck, we'd go down there and somebody would steal his fucking beloved car. And then I'd be the asshole. But he's
talked him into it. Yeah,
dude, he's so paranoid. I said, well, let's take my silver car, the one I just acquired. I said, we'll take the silver car down there. And he's like, no, you don't want to get that thing stolen. I was like, Dad, I have insurance. That's why it's worth more to me in insurance money. I was like, shit, let's take it down there. And he's like, why don't we just take the PT Cruiser? And I was like, if you ever say that to me again, Dad, I will. I cannot get him. He saw one of my reels from the last MoParty where there was that PT Cruiser with the Hemi swap in it. Now he's all like, cool. Oh, you make it cool. And I was like, Dad, you're never going to Hemi swap it. It's never going to happen. It's like why he keeps my grandma's 85 LeBaron. He told me if I take the 273 out of the Dart, he's like, why don't you keep that 273? I was like, the boat anchor, it's going bye-bye. And he's like, no, I want to put it in the LeBaron. I said, Dad, you're not going to put it in the LeBaron, dude. He's out of his mind. But I love him. He's crazy.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, your dad was awesome, man. It was a good time hanging out with him.
Yeah, I asked him if he wanted to go back, and he's like, yeah. And I was like, Dad, don't act like you're not excited to go back. That was fun.
Bro,
he was in it, man.
He was everywhere we went, man. He just cruising, had that camera.
He was road diving, like just looking at all the cars, man. He was getting into it.
Yeah, he had a good time. It's just funny because he kept like alluding to the fact, like, I hope I didn't embarrass you or anything. I was like, huh? I was like, no. In fact, I need you to come to more events and hold this damn camera so I can just go do my thing.
Bro,
it was great.
Everybody loved your dad.
He got some fun. Like there was the Tiltona, the Daytona that had the tilt. I talked to the guy and I realized that my dad was right there holding the camera, and I was like, perfect. I'm just going to go into interview mode. So I just started interviewing the guy right there. But it was organic. But I saw that my dad was recording, so I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I just started asking questions, and it turned out pretty good. The way I got to edit it down it'll be pretty sweet. But yeah, it's having somebody that's holding a camera and you can just go do your thing, because I'm always so focused on trying to get content that either I'm too focused on that to have a good time, or I'm having too much of a good time to focus on the content. This time, I'm going to really try to balance it out. But I don't know. I always say that, and then I go there and I just get sucked into the event. Because it's one of those things where it's like you want to just take in the fun, you know what I mean, and enjoy the experience. And at the events that I've gone to where I've taken it a little serious with the content, I realize when I'm watching the content, I was like, I just walked right past that because I wasn't even, you know what I mean? Like, God, it's a double-edged sword, you know?
And you know when you do that? When you don't have me with you, keeping it fun.
I think it's going to be different this year, guys. I mean, we are literally taking a road trip and getting psyched for 9-10 hours straight.
Yeah.
getting in the right frame of mind and having fun first and foremost. So I think, we're not vendors this year. I'm all about having fun. We are literally bringing a cast iron pot and cooking some Cajun stuff. And
hell yes,
we are gonna make it fun. And I know you guys have a lot of work to do, and a lot of stuff to carry. Gear, a lot of content to get. But man, I think you guys are gonna have a great time. I really do.
It should be good.
Night, so I didn't cook last year. Like I said, we just went to Mellow Mushroom every night. But
we did. How far are we away from that place now?
Huh? Oh,
like our Airbnb. Where's it at?
I'll have to look. See,
it's all good, man.
But yeah, I'm down. I think we got a pretty cool place this year, I think.
All right. Oh. So I have to add buy Creepy Doll to the shopping list before you guys get here.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh man. It's just what a fun event. And you know what? I'll be honest, Blake. Matt and I, there was many times where it was like, this is so much fun. And we kept going, fuck, it would be so cool if Blake was here too.
Bro, we wanted you there so bad last year.
Yeah.
I wanted to be there.
It was rough. I was like, shit. I was like, this is so much fun though. But it was like, this time it's going to be how it should have been. So,
it's going to be a blast.
It's going to be a blast, dude.
We're going to do it right.
Matt said 2 weeks, and I was like, "There's no way we're that."
Oh,
close.
it's 3 weeks. I was wrong.
Okay.
3.
Look, I'm just excited, man.
I'm excited.
It's
too.
good. It's all good.
Yeah. Ooh, I gotta reserve parking. That's the only pain in the ass. It costs me hundreds of dollars to park at the airport, and it's a bunch of money to get an Uber down there anyway. And to get a ride, I just don't want to rely on somebody coming. I hate standing waiting at an airport. Especially when I'm home and like, all right, all my fun's over. I want to get home and I got to wait for somebody. Thankfully, the last time, I think it was duct tape. My dad was right there. So I was like, oh, thank God. I didn't have to wait for too long.
We are 2 minutes away from Mellow Mushroom.
Really?
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes away from Mellow Mushroom.
Hell yeah.
That's walking distance almost.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I know I'm losing weight, but it's point. Actually, it is walking distance. It's 0.7 miles.
Oh, come on. That's good. If you can hike from the parking lot to the stadium in Arkansas, you good?
Bro, you ain't lying. I don't know why they did that build that way, but good gosh. The parking lot's like a mile. It's a mile from.
They did the same thing at LSU. Optimal tailgating space and premium parking for the boosters right up front, and general parking is a mile away.
Yep. But yeah, one second. Let's see here. Let me share this bad boy real fast. You all see my screen? Did it pop up?
Oh yeah, hold on.
Right.
Let's see here.
Yeah. We're staying. Our Airbnb's right here.
Hell yeah.
Mellow Mushroom's right here.
Oh wow.
Nice. Oh, that's clutch.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So what's the parking situation? We have enough room for the trailer?
We should.
Okay, cool.
We better research that. We can.
I mean, if not, I could just make arrangements to leave some stuff at the Holley site, right?
Yeah, you should be able to buy parking for a trailer. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I mean, they were doing a remodel when the satellite photo was taken, I'm guessing.
Oh, I was like, Matt, what kind of Airbnb?
Bro, the pictures were really good.
It's all under construction
in the ghetto.
That's funny.
But
That's
no,
good. Cool.
So anyway, yeah, I mean the parking's nominal. We should be fine. Yeah, we should
figure it out.
I mean, you can stack trailer over here more than likely. We'll be fine.
No problem.
It should be fine. It's gonna be good.
And then,
there was a lady at a convenience store that said I could stay with her, so maybe. It was hilarious. She was, I go in there, and I think Matt was in the car or something. And I went to buy some drinks and some snacks, and she was asking me what I'm in town for because I had my media badge, and I was like, "Oh, the car show and stuff." And she was like, "Oh yeah, the event." And I was like, "Man, I love your accents. I think they're cool." And she goes, "Yeah, next time you're in town, come stay with me." And I was like, "It's odd."
That is odd.
Like,
and then the wall.
Did they paint over it?
No.
Is that painted over?
Surely it's just a bad photo.
Check it from the other street. Like go back to the intersection.
November 2022, dude. The image was captured. They painted over it, dude.
No.
Those fucking morons. Oh my God.
They painted over that. Go back to
oh shit, why are you going the wrong way?
No.
I'm gonna have to have I'm gonna write a strongly
it's a church
worded letter to the church.
The church painted over the Mopar sign. What kind of church is that?
My God.
I'm pretty
This
sure.
is a travesty, folks.
No.
No, it's still there. It's just the way the image caught.
No.
Are you-
Look, image capture 2018.
Yeah, at the very bottom. Yeah. And look.
Image capture November 22. Oh wait, you can still see. Oh, it's the daylight's washing it out, dude. Look.
Yeah.
Is it?
Let's just hope. Oh man.
No, man. I think that was. I think
I
it's
don't know.
painted over.
I can still see the Pentastar.
Yeah, but I mean, just
Yeah,
like
they
if
probably
you-
painted over it.
That's
If you
white.
kill-
Yeah, they painted over it. They probably
If
got
you-
tired of everybody parking their cars and taking pictures.
why
Getting
would
mad.
you do such a thing?
Getting mad.
Bro,
right now.
that was such a classic thing.
Getting mad.
So
Oh
you
my-
have a historic downtown building with a beautiful hand-painted Chrysler mural on a brick wall facing a parking lot, which just so happened to be the most opportunistic photo backdrop ever.
Yeah.
And you just paint over it. It's okay. It's cool. It's
Why
cool.
would you do
I'm not
that?
crying. You're crying.
Why would you do that?
I mean, I'm not saying I'm irate about it, but there was nothing wrong with that. There was no reason to paint over it.
It was awesome.
I'm pretty mad about it, actually.
We had plans for that.
I need a
I sure-
short haircut and a stern letter.
I sure did.
Oh my god.
I did have
Jeez.
plans.
Look at
for
that. Oh my god. What a
That's
soul
it. It's
killer.
gone. But think about that. Okay, you guys were just there in September of 22, and this
Yeah,
is
they painted over it right
November
after we
of
left.
22. Really soon after you guys left. Yeah, it's gone, guys.
It's gone.
Mopar community, be heartbroken with us. I'll just get there to be fine, and this photo really was just washed out.
That would be.
Because I mean, because the blue that's there, look at it right there. It shows it's washed out too.
That's a pretty bright photo. The sun was really hitting it. We're really hoping. Like, I don't know.
I'm
you
not
can
gonna
kind of
say-
faintly see it.
I'm not gonna say it's gone until we get there and it's gone. But I mean, even that sign's off. Even that sign's really white.
The orange sign.
Shut the fuck up, Chris.
Let's help, Matt. I want to be.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying it's. I mean, think about it. That's a really dark orange normally,
Oh man.
and that's like a faded. That's like faded
You can-
orange right there.
Can you go in elevation view, satellite view, and see what the imagery date is on the satellite view? I still think you'll be able to see.
Yeah, you see there, it's fine, and the date's
But what's the date?
2023.
Imagery 23. Can you rotate?
Oh, you can see it there.
I mean, I don't think I can rotate.
Or is it just more faded?
I think it's just more faded because there, it's there.
Because at night the street sign kind of hits it just right, or the
Well,
street light.
the street light is a purple or a blue street light, so it really makes it stand out. I guarantee you, it's still there.
Well, that's 2023 right there, imagery, and the one
Yeah.
that looks washed out is 2022. I think it's there. I think you might be right,
I
Matt.
think it's there. I think it's just washed out.
Let's
I
just
mean, you
hope.
get to the you get to
Mhm.
the street view. Like I said,
Just
I know
hope.
you're making. I know
Dream
you're making.
killer.
I know you're making fun of me, but like I said,
You can
Those
kind of
are-
see it.
those are dark orange normally, and that's a pretty faded. That's pretty washed out.
I love your optimism, and
I love that you're trying to wreck this and get me down.
well, in this picture, I can see the Pentastar. I can see it
Yeah.
right there. It's there.
I mean, 'cause, yeah, you. Like I said, I think it's just a bad photo.
This is ridiculous. Oh my god.
I can't believe we're just so heartbroken that we're sitting here analyzing this thing for like 20 minutes.
Oh,
I mean, it's there, guys. We're okay. It's fine.
I mean, if that thing's gone, I'll piss right on a church, dude. I'm very angry right now.
Chris
I will
says,
not.
I don't
I
want to just go
apologize.
to hell.
Jesus,
I
I
want to take the
apologize.
Hell Express.
I
No, man,
apologize,
I
Jesus.
think-
I didn't mean that.
I think we'll be all right.
There it is. Yeah, I'm going to try to be optimistic too.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine.
That
Like, this
imagery looks
orange
almost-
sign looks pretty white to me.
It's washed out, Chris.
Oh, man.
If you knew anything about photography, okay?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, speaking of photography, Matt,
Yeah. Did the aerial device show up?
Oh,
it arrived
shit.
today.
How's it look? Did they testified it yet?
Oh no, that's I'm letting you break the seal, sir.
Oh God,
Hell yes.
No pressure.
no pressure.
Just do great things.
I got you, buddy. I wonder how many
You
people
good?
went off this corner straight into that pond.
Mm,
Mm.
that sounds like a good time.
I mean,
So
I
that's
wouldn't
the
be
dirt
upset
course
about it.
they did.
Yeah, that's the dirt course.
Yeah,
Missed last
TRX
year,
was
man.
getting after it, dude.
Bro, one of the TRXs had jumped so hard he deployed the airbags.
That's awesome. You would think there'd be a fuse or something you could pull for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think. I mean,
Oh man, just so excited. That's gonna
So
be a
it's gonna be
blast.
good.
almost
Gonna be a
broke my ankle
blast.
stepping in a ghost hole right about here.
Nice.
No, this is gonna be great. So excited.
So we have. Let me look. We have a total of how many people on the convoy coming up? I'm gonna look really quickly.
They have a street view of this, or are they just guessing? I don't want to hear a damn word about them not being able to pinpoint somebody. Look how close you can get to that thing. We have no idea where he's at.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The media parking should be here. Chris, have you got an email about the safety briefing call yet?
Yes.
Did I miss it?
Check your spam. I think it was. I barely saw it. It was from. What was the Carrie? MoParty required media meeting. She sent it at 9:30.
Today?
Yeah, I think it was today. Yeah, today.
Okay, I haven't checked it. That's why I didn't see it.
I didn't realize I was I didn't get an approval. I just got that, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm in.
So we have seven vehicles as of now caravanning up to MoParty with us.
Ooh,
Zane,
next-
we try.
Next week. What did he say? What did Zane say?
Zane said, or he said, this is awesome. People like yourself keep the classic muscle cars alive, even when this year, the last year of Mopar, it's you guys that keep it alive. I appreciate that, dude.
Thank you, Zane. We're trying, man.
Hell yeah.
Trying
Trying real
We're
hard.
gonna bring some fun, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So if you're in Bowling Green and you see us out and about,
Check us out.
definitely say hi, and be prepared because you'll probably be on camera. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I think at least me, I potentially have someone that could hold a camera for me. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
our buddy.
You want to do that? Who am I to tell you no? So last year, normally they moved media parking
Inside joke, folks. Sorry.
to here. So I mean,
Yeah.
What
I think I know.
the point we're trying to make is like it is nothing but Mopars from this hut and all this grass. Like where was
That was a swap meet right there.
that was a
I
swap
think.
meet right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, swap
they
meet was
pulled
right
it out
here.
this last year. They pulled it out.
Yeah, they pulled it up to the front, and it was up here on top of the hill, and
Was
it was
better?
kind of just it was a lot better.
It was
Um,
pretty. It was a lot. I would say because I asked, and they said, yeah, it's like I forget if it was like 30% bigger. It was a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean it took over this whole hillside right here.
There
Like,
was
this was all-
cars. There was cars as far as the eye could see,
So the whole and then the show part of it,
and that was the parking for spectators.
this right here
Whoa.
was all parking, and it was all cars. It was full.
Spectator parking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they could turn in right here and park to go spectate.
Right.
The show
They went
itself.
even farther too, if I remember.
Oh,
right.
they.
Yeah.
They did. You're
Yeah,
right.
they went farther. Yeah, it was huge.
And then the car show itself sprawled from here, like as soon as you got to the gate,
Huh.
all the way back here to this fence line for the campground.
Yeah.
And then it literally went from just full from here all the way around. And then as far as you can see, it was all drag cars. Chris and I walked from here, did the spot meet, And then we just kind of cruised, ran into a bunch of people, and we walked all the way to here.
I feel like we walked like 10 miles.
Bro, it's
Probably.
We were dying. Like,
So here's my thing with these big events, right?
yeah,
Growing up in the community like you guys,
I did
I
not.
love a good swap meet.
yeah.
I do love a good swap meet because, like, the first year we went, I found those Swiftline taillights for $50.
Yeah. So in the old days, like the good old days, glory days, they talk about like in the Mopar Nationals, and Carlisle is still hopping. I mean, it's still breaking records, but Mopar Nationals seems like it's on the decline. Acres and acres of swap meet and buying what you need at really good prices and deals, and the art of haggling and finding that one missing piece is, to me, the treasure hunt is just, it's awesome. It's like one of the best things that you can get an event like this, of this size and this scale. So to see that segment of this show grow, as your guys are telling me, I'm pumped about it.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it's exciting.
I got extremely excited when I saw that Moparts LLC was there, and they not only had their aluminum wing car wings, but they also had their I think it was a prototype of their aluminum nose cone. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, it's on now. Now you'll be able to get a metal wing car kit basically. And it looks really good from what I saw. It's expensive. That's what
Oh,
I'll
I
say.
believe it.
Like, to convert a Roadrunner is going to cost you. You're going to be in 5 figures for the best of the best parts you can get.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much from everybody though.
Yeah, even the fiberglass kits are
They're pretty
thousands of
expensive, yeah.
dollars.
You
They're
can get the cheap. Like, I think Janik has multiple stages. You can go the cheap stuff. It's like $3 to $5 grand. So you have wing car. It's gonna be a ratty, it's gonna be a clapper, but
more waves in the ocean.
yeah, exactly.
You the nose cone, you look at it from an angle and it looks like it's smiling at you.
It's like it's got a built-in diffuser. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's I can't wait to get when that moment comes where I'm like, I get to order the wing car shit. That's gonna be like a peak for me. I thought about it. I thought about when I sold the Roadrunner, I was like, I'm just gonna buy all the stuff. That way I have no excuse. What am I going to resell it? No. And I'll just sit on that shit until I get the car. But I did have a trade offer from my friends at Mopars 5150. They were going to leave me with just enough cash. I was going to get a 70 satellite, and or was it a Bell? I think it was a satellite. And I was going to have enough cash left over to get like a mid-range kit. But I was like, there it is. I could do it. And then I was like, that thing is, it needs so much work that I would basically have, which, like, I don't know. I was like, I can't get out of a really nice project and get into one that needs a bunch of metal work, and I'm going to be maybe a decade behind where I was. I was like,
Right.
I think I made the right move with the Dart. I'm happy with the Dart. It needs a Hemi, and then my universe will be good, and then I can start saving for that 70.
Stay focused, my friend. You'll get it.
Yeah. No, I'm
thank
still
God.
The Dart is so fun. What?
I was looking more at the Airbnb booking, and the address is slightly wrong. We, instead of the building where they're like gutting the rental properties, it's the house back behind it.
You had me a little scared there for a second.
Bro, I was scared. I was like, what the shit? But no, it's
surprise. Use the portalet.
Could you imagine?
Surprise.
Oh man.
Let me get a street view of this now that I realize. Okay.
So, Chris, with your connections with the crew there at MoParty, have you heard any speculations or maybe insights to what kind of a crowd we're looking at this year? I mean, I would obviously think it's growing, but have you heard anything about, maybe 10%, 30%, something like that?
I haven't. And going back to the percentage I quoted earlier in the show, when you just asked that, I was thinking about the conversations I've had, and I believe the number of growth between show number 2 and 3 was actually 40%. So it was 40% more participation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Across the board.
It was huge.
It was crazy.
They told us.
They said there's no signs of slowing down. If that means anything. I haven't heard any exact numbers. I don't know how many people are registered, but Holley doesn't mess around, dude. If it was dying, they would have gotten rid of it. The MoParty was essentially an experiment to see if they could grow it to be like LS Fest, and they said give it 5-10 years, and it's going to probably be the premier Mopar event. So much so that I do think that there will eventually be a MoParty West, which will be amazing. Because if I can get my car to MoParty, that'll be a lot of fun.
I think you're absolutely right. That's kind of what I was trying to see here. I'm looking up to see the history of LS Fest.
Okay,
I
Zane.
don't know when the first one was.
I'm sorry, Blake. Zane. The Valiant Charger with the 245 Hemi.
Brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real.
Dude, Australia's got some other countries got some badass Mopars.
It's not so much a dream car, but a dream engine.
See, for me, once I saw that Brazilian Charger that is basically a Dart with the tunnel roof, I was like, you're shitting me. I was like, where was that in America? Like,
Bro,
what are we doing here?
We've gotten so gypped by so many things, like
Good Lord.
Mexico having the Gen 2 Ram Chargers.
Oh yeah, the second gen Ram Chargers. That they had the Valiant Super B. They had 340s were running wild for a long time down in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what the importation is like for that, because I know I've been seeing a lot of, like, at that drift event I went to.
Well, I mean, if you're
lots of right-hand drive Japanese domestic market cars. So I'm like, how can I get a Japanese car but I can't get a Mexican or Brazilian car? What's going on here?
If you're bringing it across the border from Mexico, from what I understand, it's pretty easy.
Really?
I think so. I mean, okay, so I'm looking at it and I didn't realize we
oh, it's a 360, 320 horsepower. Jesus.
Yeah. We are a straight shot to the mural.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we'll be able to see that giant white wall from our.
No. It's just, it's like if we took off from straight down it's just straight down the road and we're pulling into it.
It's either going to be amazing content with the wall in touch, or it's going to be really amazing content with the wall gone and us talking shit. I will knock on that church door. That'll be a fun part of this. I'll be like, hey, what were you thinking?
It'll straight up be 30 minutes of us just pissed.
I'll ask him too. I'll be like, you better put some cool mural back up there, because what are we doing here?
I'll get a
Jesus Christ, Barbara.
I'll get a tattoo that says "In Memoriam" wall mural.
I was going, what were you thinking? What? At least replace it with something. If you just threw white paint on it, that's an insult. Like, what's going on here?
Could you just imagine there's some old timers sitting there? You know what I'm really sick of? Seeing this Chrysler sign on the side of my building.
Dude, what if they went bad because they're like, yeah, all this demon talk? Like, oh man,
all this demon.
Could you imagine?
The power of Christ compels you.
I mean, the church was pretty upset back in the 70s with the demon.
Yeah, that's why we only got 2 years of it.
Oh.
And then it became the dart sport.
It'd be messed up if they changed the mural. It's like Jesus drives a Chevy or something. That would be or it's like Jesus in a Corvette, like, because Bowling Green is the Corvette capital.
Here's what they're gonna do. Jesus leaning up with the thorn crown, so you know it's him. Leaned up on a Corvette with the Corvette fanny pack and New Balances.
He's just got the little sandals that have the New Balance N on, like, the little strap that goes across.
Yeah. It's got a cross sticking out of the passenger window.
Damn, Jesus! No, you didn't. Oh, that'd be funny.
When you got a car meet at 8, but crucifixion at 9.
Gosh, I don't even know what I'm looking forward to most at MoParty this year. Honestly, I really think it's the road trip part.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
We're just gonna have a blast.
We're gonna be trapped in it.
So, hey, let's throw this out right now. If you are anywhere on that proposed route,
yes,
I-59 between New Orleans, anywhere on that route between 59 and 65, New Orleans all the way to Bowling Green, Kentucky, if you know of something or someplace cool,
yes,
or some Mopar stashed somewhere, let us know. Drop it in the comments. Give us a
Post
heads
about
up.
it. Something.
Just
Yeah.
let us know. We'd love to check it out if we had an opportunity to do so.
Hey, what's this? So, Blake, what inspired you to try to get people to caravan with us?
I've only been to one MoParty. I think it was the second, right?
Yeah.
And as you guys know, in a previous life, I worked in LS speed shops, and I just looked it up. LS Fest started in 2011. So believe it or not, it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fond memories coming up, going to the nationals and stuff like that. And I felt like the spirit is dying. And MoParty seems like the rebirth of that spirit. A lot of that good old camaraderie that we saw in the nationals and that event, and people coming from all walks of life converging on something that they really enjoy. It seemed like it was dying at the nationals specifically, not so much Carlisle, but at nationals. And I was inspired when I went year before last that this could be the next thing.
Oh yeah.
This could be the next must go see, the must do show of the year, right? I think it had the foundation there, but it needs people. It needs people to bring the life and the energy to it. You can put on the biggest show on earth, but if you don't have people there to enjoy it and really help grow it, then it's just going to fizzle and we'll lose another great show, right? Yeah. So I love road trips. You guys love road trips.
Hell yeah.
I got on, I think I was on one page, and I was on the Gym 3 Hemi swap page just on Facebook, whatever. I asked the guys, hey, who's going to MoParty? The outpouring comments we received of people going to MoParty this year was unreal. I didn't expect that many people.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, many of them were from our local area, people that I knew, a good bit of people that I knew. The Hemi swap movement is super strong. The Mopar movement is very strong. And I figured if we're going to make this road trip, why not bring some people along for the ride? And the more the merrier, right? To me, in effect, it's extending the event, right? So we went from just having MoParty, Friday, Saturday, really not Sunday. Most people pack up and head home early on Sunday. To now we have Thursday to really enjoy that camaraderie, hang out, explore, do some cool stuff. And to just soak it all in, right? It doesn't happen often. It's once a year. Bringing the life to this show is really what I want to do, and pulling people along. That's how those other shows were so big in their day. Is, hey man, we went here. You got to come. It's amazing. Come with us. And you bring more people and really bring the life to the party. And MoParty needs to have a party in it, honestly. It was fun. Well, yeah,
bro, they gotta figure something out. You're right.
It's fun. Don't get me wrong. I think it can be better. I think if they keep pushing, it could be even better.
Have we decided where our starting point is? How many people are we meeting up with? Do we have that lined up yet?
So it's us and 7 other vehicles. So we have 2 tentative date locations to start. So I do believe the first location proposed is where we'll probably meet is going to be in Laplace, Louisiana. It's kind of a central location. We have people from New Orleans. We have people from the Baton Rouge area, which is north. We have people from Slidell, which is the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain. So we are going to converge probably in Laplace because it's rural still. We have truck stops where we can pull off with trucks and trailers and all that stuff. Converge, have a driver's meeting. What we're probably going to do is establish like a Zello channel, kind of like a walkie-talkie channel on our cell phones, so we can all keep in communication. Once we get that set up, I'll ask the drivers in the drivers meeting if they're okay with sharing that information publicly. I would like you guys to go live. let people out there in Mopar land tag along and just even listen to us, just chatting along the way. I
Yeah.
think that could help pull people in and get that experience if they're stuck at work, right?
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think we should make a flyer. You know what I mean?
Hmm?
I think we should make an advertisement flyer
Yeah,
and post it.
that's fine.
Could you imagine a whole squad from the Bayou rolling up? Oh, man.
It's going to
Whoa.
be fun. It's gonna
7.
be
I
fun.
wasn't expecting you to say that.
You know what's funny? I haven't reached out to the New Orleans Mopar Club. I'm sure there are more. Last year they had 5 or 6 cars from the Mopar Club that I just ran into up there and just hung out with. So I didn't even reach out to the Big Easy Mopar Club. That's the club that puts on the New Orleans Mopar show every year in March, and they also put on the Alabama Battleship Mopar show every April.
Oh,
So
really?
they're in New Orleans, but the Alabama Mopar Association just kind of gave up on the Battleship show, and they gave full rights over to the New Orleans crew to put on that show. So even though that's not even in their state, it's 2 states away. The New Orleans crew is who puts on the Alabama Battleship Mopar show in Mobile Bay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but there's a good crew from this area. So we have, 8 vehicles, including us as of right now. We can add to that. I just need to press the word a little bit more. I don't want this to be just a boring drive. I mean, we are going to be cutting up. We're going to get into something.
Yeah.
You know it.
This is a MoParty cruise, dude. I like it. This is going to be
It's going to be good. It will. But that's the gist of it is.
Hey, have you talked to Rob?
I have not talked to Rob.
That could be some cool coverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That would be fun. From Mopar Collector's Guide?
Yeah, I don't know if he's flying up or driving up.
I mean, if he's got a booth, I mean, I'd imagine. Unless he's got somebody that works with him that will pull the stuff.
Maybe. I don't know.
Cool.
Those are good questions to ask.
Yeah.
Those are good questions to ask. We can do that.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool. Because it's kind of like, you start getting that culture of like the power tour type stuff, where it's like you get a bunch of people to cruise up to one event. Power tour is obviously different than that, but
so you're talking about power tour. Rob is actually involved in a rolling car show they have down here in Louisiana called the Road Rage Rally.
Really?
Yeah. So it was a concept that started up, I want to say 2 years ago. This year, I think is going to be the 3rd. I don't know if they had one last year. But I think this is going to be the 3rd, and they organize more or less a poker run around Lake Pontchartrain in Louisiana. So Lake Pontchartrain is a huge lake.
Yeah.
There's a bridge running right through the middle of it, and at one point it was the longest overwater bridge in the world.
Wow.
So the way it works is they have a lot of speed shops and auto shops, and it's a poker run, right? You go to each stop, you get your playing card, but it's not as simple as, you just pick a card out of a deck. You actually have to complete a challenge, so you get there and you have to, I don't know, take a ping pong ball and like sink it into a shot glass like 100 feet away or something, right? And it's a challenge, and they're changed up. They're different every year. And then when you get to the last spot, whoever has the best hand, just like a poker run, wins the pot. But there's like a huge party with like a band. It's catered. And the last year, I want to say it was at this shop where all the hot rods it was like indoors. Like you drove your car into the building, and it was just a good old time. So that was one of their brainchild is putting on that Road Rage Rally down in New Orleans.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I like those types of things. I was actually hoping when I was on my way to Muscle Cars at the Strip that my dad and I would run into some people that were going, but there was nobody in the desert. Like the most boring drive ever. Yeah, that's going to be a fun cruise. Like I said, I didn't realize there was going to be 7. That's
Oh yeah, that's
you know,
just now.
7 badass Mopars.
We'll see. We'll see what we
Yeah.
can drum up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Wow.
So including that, we have, Justin's going to be with us. We have us in our vehicle. We've got quite a few Hellcat powered vehicles. One red eye.
Oh man.
Some good stuff going on, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got sorry. Dustin is bringing the A100 with the 6.4 in it.
Oh snap!
No,
Yeah.
Blaine, not Dustin. Dustin is his brother. I went to school with his older brother.
Okay.
So sorry.
Yeah, I want to see that van in person, dude.
Oh,
Blaine
man.
has got one of the sickest A100s I've ever seen.
6.4 liter Hemi swapped with an 8-speed automatic transmission.
Oh man,
super cool.
Yeah.
Probably the coolest A100 I've ever seen.
It's up there. A100s are coming back, dude.
They are.
I mean,
yeah, they are.
I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one. That's the other boogie van I wouldn't mind having. I'd love to have one just raked out with some fat slots in the back. That'd be sick. I see a couple for sale around here, but they're just a little too beat. Now, if I got them for a good price, it'd be a different story. But
I see zero vans down here for sale.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolute zero.
How much? Have you gotten a chance to look at Blaine's van close?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
I'm just wondering how much modification he had to do to the doghouse, if he had to widen it up or what. How good that Hemi fits in there.
I don't think he did.
Interesting.
He may have the cover, the doghouse cover.
Yeah.
He may have tweaked a little bit, but the actual opening,
I
don't think he did. We can ask him.
They seem like they have a lot of room. I don't know. When I was comparing, I didn't realize. So we had talked a little bit about the size comparison of a Hemi and an LS, and it sounds like the Hemi is overall 3 inches on each side, and it's the heads obviously that widen them up.
Each heads.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it's a little. It's going to be a little bit more challenging for that project that I would like to take on someday. But it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Hemi swap the world.
Did you see the Hellcat powered side by side?
What?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You didn't see it?
No. Oh man.
Hemi swap the world is growing. That
God.
whole movement is taking off like crazy. It is.
I need to make a.
I think it's what, Cletus McFarlane or whatever.
I think so. I need to make a point to stop assuming Chris sees everything.
Oh.
And start sharing.
Google it, Chris. Go ahead and Google it and just get you a full whiff of that.
God bless the Hellcat. How much? I think if it wasn't for the Hellcat, Hemi swaps wouldn't be as crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just so over the top. I mean, it's incredible. And thanks to the great intersection slideshows, the powertrains are plentiful in salvage yards and auction lots. The only thing wait a minute.
Oh my!
All right, wait. Oh God, this is so awesome. It's awful. Oh man. Okay, the price is awful too. All right, let's see what we have here. First off, let me see if I can present Chris. Let me see. There you go, Chris.
Oh boy.
That looks horrible.
Dude, oh my God. It's got a shitter right in the middle of the
Is that what that
is? A golden shitter right in the middle of the thing.
Disgusting.
How embarrassing. Oh man.
Look at that back bumper.
Good God.
It's like a diving board.
They got it off a boat for sure.
All right, so there was that one. And look at this thing. What is this?
Oh my god!
It's like
Look
Vegas.
at that wing. Oh my god!
Holy jeez, I didn't see the wing.
Oh my god! With velvet seats and carpet. Okay, let's see what this thing's all about. It's got the visor, got the giant custom wing. It's the extended. It's got flares on it. Elvis. Who did that airbrush? Just saying. I'm no artist, but I mean,
What?
okay, that's pretty cool.
Look at that.
That is a rolling brothel. That's what that is. Good Lord. My God. Oh, with the shag. Wow.
Oh, a CB.
Look at that. Yeah. It's got the crushed velvet. That's funny.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poor Elvis.
No.
Good.
Where is this? Is it $22,000? Are you
What?
serious?
Oh, I thought it was 2,200 when I saw it earlier.
No, so did I.
I was like, he saw that we put it on the show, and he's like, immediately worth more.
That is. Oh, it's got the moon visor too.
Yeah. John Gotti is building an orange Hellcat powered 77.
That's pretty awesome.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Not 22,000 awesome, but it's still kind of awesome. But yeah, we don't have anything good in the South as far as vans go. It's just kind of like.
I do like the late or the mid to late 90s, early 2000 Ram vans that they have in Japan that they're slamming and racing around. The Dajibans. They're cool. If I found the right one, that'd be an option too. Watch Caravan.
Nothing cool, man.
There's
just nothing cool.
That 41 pickup right there looks pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That pickup for 25 grand right there.
Oh, that's super close to me. That is literally not much further past.
How much for the horse?
My grandmother's house. Our grandparents' house.
S10 chassis? What?
That's very common on those old 30s, all those old 40s, like the Chevy bubble trucks, like 47 through 54. Like that's very common to put them on an S10 chassis. They do that a lot. Get the rack and pinion and all that stuff. And I mean, it's rough. I got my Harbor Freight dome light. That's awesome.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A little visibility coming through the door jamb right by the latching mechanism. That's completely safe.
Right. Airflow, you know?
Airflow.
Good God.
Looks like it has an AC unit in it, which is impressive. Tilt steering. Small block 350. The White Claw of hot rodding.
Oh man, I mean, you're not wrong. That's for sure. That's funny.
Man.
The White Claw of hot rodding.
Hey, Johnny's here.
Johnny Mopar in the house. Hey Johnny, I'll pay for your plane ticket. Come out to MoParty.
Bro, come on.
I'll even pay for the drinks to sedate you to get on the plane. Johnny Mopar in the building. Check out the latest issue of Mopar Collector's Guide to see the feature with Jeremy and Johnny and all of our buddies.
It's good stuff, man. I was so excited to see that.
I'm not gonna lie, when I found out that my name was printed in that magazine, I went to work all stoked, like I got printed in a magazine. Losers, what did you do this weekend? Just talking shit to my coworker. It just blows my mind. It's so cool. Seeing Johnny's car in there, I'm so vain that I was like, can you see the Talking Mopar sticker on the window? Yeah, you can. That's pretty cool. Yeah, very, very cool. Great issue. I'm really glad that Rob decided to dedicate a whole issue to ratty muscle cars. I think that's awesome.
It's a growing trend.
Yep.
Enjoy them. I mean, I've said it earlier. The pretty pristine ones, they're nice. Like no no negativity there, right? I can appreciate them just as well as the rest of us. But man, my heart is in it with those ratty ones.
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
Oh, shout out to Austin Griggs from Ratty Muscle Cars. There's a new movie out called Mobland, and Austin did a lot of consulting for the cars in the movie, and I guess he's got some Easter eggs in there. I have not seen it yet, but I'm gonna get him on the show and talk about the movie and stuff. I got to go see the movie first, but yeah, I guess he's like, yeah, I got some good stuff in there. So shout out to Ratty Muscle Cars and Austin Griggs. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's
the Dodge Type. Dude, did you guys hear that they're getting rid of the Durango and they're naming it the Stealth? Did you hear that?
Wait, what? No.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So they've got a new Durango looking thing, and I guess they're gonna call it the Stealth. And I'm just like, you're shitting me. Come on. It doesn't look that bad, but I guess we'll see. This is a cool RV. I like it. It's got shag on the doghouse.
It looks pretty clean for as old as it is.
I mean, the butt stain on that toilet. I don't know about that, but
well,
bro. Yeah, that is a booty. That is a booty thing. Sure.
Booty stain. Oh man,
it's disgusting.
Somebody broke the golden rule. They pooped in the camper. 4,000 miles. It only has 4,000 miles. And it still has a generator.
No.
For 9,900 in Springfield?
That is like
Class C 440 big block. That thing gets 2 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake, I didn't say he was going to keep it.
That is the tour bus for Joe Dirt, dude. That's what that is. That's the Joe Dirt tour bus.
Haters.
That's awesome.
Here.
22-foot Avco.
Dodge.
Nice.
Damn.
It's a big generator.
Oh, shit. Look at this shifter.
You know that was an ashtray.
Yep.
I mean, you might be able to crumple up some of that carpet and roll it up and have a good time. I don't know if that was for cigarettes, dude. What's it got in it?
I didn't really say.
Probably a
440.
Probably a 440.
More than likely. Oh, right there it says.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, they're in the model. They're in the middle of a remodel.
That's disgusting.
Oh, God.
I don't even know what that is, but gross.
That's a mat of some kind. Cool AC. Keep like I'm about ratty muscle cars, but ratty RVs are something I can't get past on a ratty RV.
How about the suicide doors on this Plymouth Special?
That's pretty cool. See, when it comes to old hot rods, I wish there was more Dodges and Plymouths. I mean, I know there are a lot, but Chevys are still dominating that. Chevys and Fords.
That's pretty dope, though. So where's that? Pittsburgh, Kansas. That's about 3 hours north of me.
See, what the hell? You're right. These sponsored ads are just BS, dude.
They're so far out there. Like, hey, Becca.
Damn, Becca.
Friendship and love.
That cooler's pretty sweet.
Oh, that cooler's awesome.
That would look good in Chief. There you go. I had a Coleman that matched.
Oh, God, no.
Truck. Ooh.
Something got stuck in there and just died.
That's gross. Wait, what? Was it a crack pipe?
That looked like a blue crack pipe.
Oh, right there? Yeah, man.
Oh, they're cryo glue.
Vibrator? What do we got going on?
What are you looking at, dude?
Matt, what are we got going on? What the hell is that? Oh, I thought it was like fake nipple or something.
I'm pretty sure it was a fake nipple.
Welcome to Talking Mopars, ladies and gentlemen. An airplane? Hey, now.
What?
You've got to be shitting me right now.
Wow. Just wow.
That's crazy. Ooh. $30 for those slots. Go back up.
What?
What is the bolt pattern on those? Doesn't say. They don't.
What do you
look to
mean
be
bolt pattern?
clean
It's
look.
got 5 bolts. Everybody can see that. And I'm done.
Winnebago in Bentonville.
12 grand.
Definitely gets 2 miles to the gallon. MG. Look at that.
It's all there. It's like it doesn't have a top, dude. Like, what are we
Some people's definition of all there.
They need to proofread their shit.
Yep.
Whipple.
You know, Yukon Denali just doesn't scream, I can just slap a Whipple on that. Okay, I guess my marketplace has nothing cool.
Jeez.
You don't have any. Yeah. It's all dried up, man. There's nothing cool out there right now.
Yeah, middle of summer. You gotta wait for winter. Winter, some stuff will pop up probably.
Think so.
Hopefully.
I could become a Matco tool salesman. Own someone for the rest of their life.
I know some mechanics that are just owned. It's like, yeah, good lord.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I couldn't
Slippery
do
slope.
it.
I mean, when you're talking about a $10,000 toolbox, you got to fill that $10,000 toolbox. Like, geez. And they'll get you too, like $50 a week.
Oh yeah.
Like,
It sounds like a great deal until you realize that's for the rest of your life.
Brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real.
Yep. It's coming up quick, boys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. It's going to be, the documentary is going to be cool. That's going to be
yeah. Super, super excited to do that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's needed. It's going to be fun.
I was telling Matt, I think before we started the show, that I had talked to somebody at Holley, and I wanted to judge one of the classes, but I realized that the one I had been talking about with the person from Holley, shout out to Blaine, that class doesn't exist in the show. So I was like, I might have to reach out to him and go, hey, you guys don't have a ratty Mopar class. And that's the one I wanted to judge. And I don't see a class for ratty Mopar, so I got to reach out to him and see what's going on. That's probably the only class I would really be interested in judging. I would do it again to help him out, but I definitely want the opportunity to judge a ratty Mopar. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure.
Oh man, absolutely. I mean, there's not even a whole lot of them that are showing up yet, because I think it's still thought that this show is meant for the super nice cars. I mean, there's a couple of slightly ratty ones there last year, but nothing to the extreme.
Yeah, there's my buddy Shane's got a car that's inspired by the International Brotherhood of Street Racers, because he was brought into the fold by Big Willie Robinson, and it's a bitchin' car. If he's there with that car, it's going to be hard to top him in the ratty Mopar class. I'll tell you that. That thing is badass. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just excited to go have a good time. The road trip's going to be awesome. Getting to the show is going to be awesome. The worst part is going to be getting back on the plane to go home. That's going to be the worst part.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be so bummed out when y'all drop me off in Nashville.
Yeah, it's going to be sad.
I'm going to be so bummed out because I'm like, these sons of bitches.
It's almost like when we couldn't get into the Zach Baggins Haunted Museum, and I had to take you to the airport. I was so bummed. And then my dad just started pissing me off. He was doing great until we got to the haunted house, and he was just talking so much shit. And I actually had a couple experiences. And he was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm serious, Dad." But yeah, that's oh man, that's gonna be a bummer. But you know, It can't last forever.
No.
So what's the next
No.
event? It's going to be Muscle Cars at the Strip again, I guess. Right?
Yeah, that'd be the next one that we could all get
Yeah.
together at.
So that's March.
Yeah.
It's not too far away.
Unless y'all want
Unless
to
I
show up.
can
Unless
peel
y'all
one
want
of
to show
you
up here
guys.
for Sparks in October.
Well, October's cruising.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in October. I am it's definitely a show. Or an event that I'd like to go to for sure. This year I think so I've got MoParty, and then I come home for a week, and then I go back out to Arizona for Duct Tape, which is another event that I suggest if you're into just crazy shit. Duct Tape is a lot of fun, and it's a party every night. I'm actually Vanessa from 5 Point Parts is renting an RV, so we're just going to split the RV. That way I don't have to leave the track, and I can just stay there. So we're doing that. And then after that, I don't know if I kind of thought about going to SEMA Fest just to say I got to go to the first year that it was officially open.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. I think that would be fun, but it's a lot of money, and I'm trying to debate whether or not it's worth it.
It is. It is.
It might be interesting though because the public will be there.
But it's after SEMA. It's not.
Yeah, it's like a festival after. It's like
Yeah.
it's like an extended after party because the after party was pretty damn cool.
Did Chrysler pull out of SEMA again this year?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't looked into it.
Ford pulled out last year too.
I can't imagine they would. That would be kind of a stupid move to do it 2
Yeah.
years in a row.
Here's my question. We are so close to 2024. I mean, heck, we're almost all the way through August of 23. This is when the 24 models are hitting lots.
Normally, I haven't seen hardly anything.
What's going on with FCA or Stellantis? You know, there have been no announcements about the predecessor to anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard a
Toyota,
thing.
Toyota's even been slow to reveal their 24 models this year.
Kind of
Yeah.
curious, isn't it?
I wonder if it just has to do with the slowdown in the automotive market. I think the lots are stuck with a lot of 23s right now, particularly the muscle cars.
Yeah. Let me see here. I don't even think Toyota's revealed their 24 4Runner yet.
That's so odd.
I'm checking myself.
Usually by this time, they are clawing at the new models.
Yeah, they've already revealed the 24 Sequoia. They've revealed the 24 Tacomas. I don't think they've revealed the 24 4Runners yet.
I don't see anything interesting on like Mopar Insiders usually has a good grasp on what's coming. I do see
Right.
them. They're pushing that Hornet though. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, they're pushing the Hornet hard. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
They've revealed the 24 Sequoias, but they have not revealed the 24 4Runner yet. They still only have the 23s on their website.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not seeing anything that really floats my boat.
Now, I did see Ford has released their first race Mustang in a long time
Really?
for next year. Yeah.
Is that the dark horse?
The Dork Horse?
Dark Horse, yeah. For sure, the Dark Horse. You're absolutely right.
The Dork Horse. I like that. That thing's supposed to be pretty badass from what I hear.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be pretty extreme.
Are people doing a lot of these Coyote swaps? I just don't hear about them even as much as the Hemi swaps. I'm not in that world. Really?
It's gained some ground, but not what you'd expect.
Yeah.
But
Not
I think
what you
Ford
expect it is.
Well, I think Ford shot themselves in the foot because they were making the Coyotes, and then they decided, you know what we need to do? Just throw a push rod V8 out in the middle of it and re-released a big block push rod V8 in the form of the Godzilla. Yeah. And there's been hardly any aftermarket support or performance parts for it yet. They're starting to trickle in. Yeah, the 2014 Mustang Dark Horse starts at $59,270.
That's it?
Yeah, and the premium is $63,265.
That's still less than I just saw an advertisement for one of those new Nissan Z cars, and
Yeah,
it was $69,000. I was like, "You're shitting me." I was
bro,
like, "Ugh."
I'm not gonna lie for a Ford. I'm not normally. I mean, don't get me wrong. Mustang has got to be one of my favorite contenders. Um, the thing looks good.
What's the power ratings on it?
Let me see here.
See, now normally I'd be able to judge you for saying something like that on my show, Matt. But below me as we talk is a 1980 Corvette.
As I say, listen here, Corvette boy.
Uh,
I'm getting into it.
I just, I don't know. I was really hoping, Dodge is talking about all this electrification stuff, and I was really hoping that they were going to really start pushing this Charger that they got, this Banshee thing. And I really haven't seen shit. And I'm like,
No,
man,
not at all.
it's like they were pushing it really hard, and it's almost, I wonder if the public reaction had a little bit to do with their
All right.
pullback. I don't know.
It's a 5-liter Coyote. Generates 500 horsepower and 418 foot-pounds of torque off the showroom floor.
Okay, so it's like a Scat Pack.
Yeah, the regular
See.
Dark Horse and it comes factory with a Tremec 6-speed.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted a Hellcat equivalent for a Mustang,
Super Snake, right?
you're looking at $100,000, right?
They're
Yeah.
not even offering those now.
You can't get a Super Snake anymore?
No. Not that I'm seeing on their website.
Well, I
It's
thought the
dark.
Super Snake was a dealership thing. I don't think you could ever get one. You can get a Shelby.
Well,
they used
they used to show them at least on the website,
Yeah,
and they're not showing them.
interesting.
Oh, I'm seeing that
But yeah, I
there's
mean, 500 horse. That's just a regular old 6.4 liter Scat Pack. That's
Yeah.
nothing.
yeah, even for the premium, it's still only 500 horse. I wonder what the difference is to warrant that much of a price difference.
I mean, come on, guys. This is Ford and Chevy's moment. It's like, all right, Dodge, yeah, get rid of your Hemis.
Bro, I swear Dodge pulled not Dodge, but GM pulled the greatest switcheroo I've ever seen a car company do. In the fact that they're like, we're going all EV, we're all in on this. And every dime they spent on their EV systems was government grants. And they put $1 billion of their own money into the next gen V8.
But aren't they getting rid of the Camaro? Isn't the Camaro going bye-bye?
Yeah, they discontinued the Camaro. It doesn't matter. They're still putting out $1 billion next gen V8.
What are you going to say? What sports car do they have aside from the Corvette?
I guarantee you they're all in on the Corvette right now. They're not worried about putting out anything else but Corvettes.
Huge mistake. Huge mistake.
That's all they're focused on.
What they should do is put out a new Chevelle.
They should. I mean, who knows?
With the Challenger and the Charger going bye-bye, Chevy needs to go, okay, we're going to bring out the Chevelle.
Well, you know what they did?
Stir up some interest,
They discontinued the, hopefully the blasphemous doesn't burn it down. Post this up real fast, Chris.
Oh, shit, here we go.
All they did was they just sold the Camaro to Ford.
What the fuck is that?
That's the Ford Dark Horse.
Didn't you just say 2 minutes ago that thing looked good? That looks like a pile of shit, Matt.
I said it didn't look bad.
They softened that car up. It used to look pretty mean. That looks soft to me.
They softened it up quite a bit. Dude, it looks like a fucking Camaro now.
It does kind of look like a Camaro, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I am not impressed with that at all. That's actually kind of
I'm impressed with this right here.
Are you?
Yeah.
It doesn't look sporty to me. It doesn't have a sports car feel to me at all.
Sports cars aren't sports cars anymore.
Yeah.
They just aren't. Like, here you go. Let's look at this. Since we're all in on this right now. Are you still on Ford?
Yeah.
Their website's slow like their cars.
True story.
I'll keep my 69 Dodge Dart. Yeah, I'm just not. It just doesn't have a sports car feel to me.
So already the Dark Horse is coming in cheaper than
What's crazy to me is the price around
I
here
just
anyway.
I just realized I was still sharing the wrong tab. So
Wow.
so a base, like a normal, show everybody what we're doing here.
They have an electric
Performance.
Corvette.
Yeah,
The E-Ray,
the
yeah,
front
it's
wheel.
coming.
The front wheels are electric.
$102,000. So anyway, the Dark Horse is already coming in cheaper for even their base model. So we'll go base model. So I mean, it looks like a supercar. I mean, I'm not. Don't get me wrong.
80,000 is
It
shot.
looks like it looks like a Ferrari from the side profile.
Yeah.
It sure
It really
does, but it comes in 5 horsepower less. It doesn't get foot-pounds of torque.
I promise you that thing will walk a Ford Mustang on a
Oh,
road course.
Well, for sure, because Fords
That's
always love to
50-50
sound
right
like Fords always love to sound like they're going fast, but they're never going fast. Don't know what zip code that is. All right, let's just go coupe.
$67,000. So you know they're gonna second sticker it. You're gonna be looking at like an $80,000 car.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can see like
It looks like a Ferrari. It really does.
I mean, it does.
You could fool me and say it's like the latest Modena or something, and I'd be like, oh yeah.
this is what I was gonna look at. See, look
Seems
at this. Even the Corvette has a big old display, has the electronic dash.
Yeah, but it's a cockpit.
Big-
Look at that thing. That thing
Bro,
is
that
a
ain't
cockpit.
that ain't no cockpit. It's the
That
same
is
as
a cockpit. Go back to that piece of shit Ford. Look at that thing. That looks like a
Bro,
Kia.
You're only saying
some-
that because you have a Corvette sitting underneath
If you
right
said
now.
that was a Ford F-150, I'd be like, yeah, that's all right for a Ford F-150.
I think he just liked to say the word cockpit.
Cockpit. I don't know, man. Dodge really is. I mean, if you're going to go all in on EV, then you need to push it a lot harder than you are. They're not pushing it hard enough.
I think it's like we heard at Muscle Cars at the Strip. I think that Banshee is underpinned to accept the Hurricane twin turbo and possibly even aftermarket wise a Hellcat or some Hemi variant that you can buy out of the catalog. I think it's underpinned. I think the bracing, the architecture, the structure is there for it to have an ICE engine, and they're just playing the game right now.
Yeah.
Did you see the drag pack at Roadkill Nights that was running the Hurricane?
No, I didn't.
They made a pass with it, and the general consensus from what I saw was that nobody liked the way it sounded.
Really?
I don't think, because you're so used to hearing.
It's not gonna sound like a choppy V8.
Yeah, well, you're so used to hearing, the Hellcats and the whine, and then you hear this turbocharged inline six. It doesn't sound bad, but when you're looking at a Challenger and it's making that sound, it's just not right. It's weird. It's kind of like when you see, no offense to you folks out there with V6 Chargers and Challengers, but when they put exhaust on them, I'm just not feeling it. Same thing with like my buddy's got a F-150 and it's the EcoBoost and he put an exhaust on it and it sounds so stupid. I feel like it's almost embarrassing. I hate the way they sound. And I'm not too impressed with the Hurricane V6 and a Challenger. However, if you swapped that in like a Daytona or something, it'd probably be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I was excited about it for, was that put it in my
like
Daytona.
That.
My sister has a Wagoneer with the Hurricane in it.
Oh, really? Have you driven it?
I don't think she would let me.
Oh,
I really don't think she would let me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I popped the hood and I just, I saw the turbos. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So my brother-in-law said that when he drove it home from the dealership, they found a stretch and he opened it up and he said he was thoroughly impressed. I mean,
really?
A Wagoneer is a huge SUV.
Oh, yeah,
it's big.
That thing's a monster. He said that thing had no problem. He said, I just looked down and it was 100 already and I backed off.
Respect.
I'm like, really? This big tank? He's like, I'm telling you, dude. Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious to see. Dodge will probably have a display at MoParty. So I'm curious
for
to see
sure.
what they'll have.
You think they'll have a display this year?
Yeah, they did last year.
Uh,
Yeah.
The year I went, they did, and all they had was the ride-alongs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had those last year. But yeah, they had a display this past year, so they probably have another one.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm really excited to see what increase in participation there is this year. I got to get over to the strip. I got to watch some drag racing this time.
Dude, I
Got
just
to
want
get
to
over
chill
that
out.
4x spot. Got to check that out. Definitely hitting up the swap meet. That's the first joint. Swap meet.
But you got to get it before the deals are gone.
Got to get it before the deals are gone. Yeah. And now that I have a way to get something home, before it's like,
That's
what
it.
am I going to do? It's like, hey, Blake, I'm going to store this at DIY headquarters, and holy
Do it.
crap. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I need to find a B-body rear axle so bad.
Oh, you'll probably find one at MoParty.
I
That's
had
my
one until I
mission.
cut it up for my A body. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I'll find one. They're not that hard to find. Just kind of been dry around this area lately.
It's just the time of year. Ain't nobody wanting to get out and dig through stuff and put it up
It's
for
too
sale.
hot, dude. It's too hot down here.
Stupid.
Today's the high today was 104.
Dude, we've been rocking that all week up here.
Yeah. Well, we have too. Well, 103, but
See, I knew it would be hot where you guys were if it's 80 where I'm at.
Dude, I'm dying for 80.
Good Lord.
yeah, it hit 80 one morning, and I walked outside, and I'm like, "Fall? Is that you?"
Jesus.
Is that fall spot? We had those 2 really nice days a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
where it was like nice and
Fake
cool,
fall.
and yeah, is that
Oh,
false
bastard.
fall?
It's gonna be fine.
It is going to be fun. We'll have to chat off air here in the next day or two and figure out if we want to advertise for this little cruise that we're planning. I think it would be fun.
I think we should.
I think it could be.
Yeah,
pretty
why not?
good. If you already got 7 and it was just from some Facebook posts, I think we should push it a little bit and see what happens.
No, those were just private invitations. That was
those are just private. Oh, well.
I think
in that case.
more.
Oh yeah.
I really think you would.
Hell yeah, that'd be so much fun.
I literally was like, "Oh, that person's going. That person's going. That person's going."
Hell yeah.
Here you go. Hey, let's meet up. All right, cool.
That's super exciting.
But I do think something a little more formal. I say formal. Have a driver's meeting. We try to cluster together as best as possible.
Yeah.
But I want to challenge each other along the way. I want to, see who can find the coolest whatever, So I want to make it literally a party on the way to a party.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Let's regroup in a day or two and figure out what the game plan is for some promotional stuff.
Okay.
And let's get that going. We don't have too much time, but we have enough to
No.
get a little bit more some more people. So try to reach out to that club, and we'll figure something out and we'll get it going. But if you're listening or watching this show right now, and it is before September 14th, the weekend of MoParty, really think about going. Jump on a plane. I mean, I don't know where you're at in the country, obviously, but fly into Nashville, rent a car, a few $100, join the MoParty.
It's
going to be a blast.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Oh, dude, it's going to be such a blast.
We'll be partying at the Airbnb. I'm sure we're going to be hitting up the mushroom.
For sure.
Mellow mushroom.
Yeah, the good old mellow mushroom. I was knocking him back. Matt was a little reserved, but I was knocking him back. I was like, well, Matt will keep me in line if I get wild. But yeah, it'll be a good time.
When we went last time, we had met that guy Paul, who is one of the lucky few to get one of the first elephants. Anyway, we were just chatting it up in the mellow mushroom about that build, and it was one of the first ones that come to fruition.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Hell yeah!
A lot of good contacts, a lot of good people to run into up there for sure.
Absolutely. That's why you got to wear your Mopar swag, and that way we can identify our own. Yeah, a ton of fun. I cannot wait. So I'm going to be so giddy that week. Like, let's get through this work bullshit. Get on that plane.
Get on the plane, man.
I fly out Wednesday night at 7.
Yeah, I think I have a layover in Dallas, I think.
Oh.
I'll probably grab some food and jump
My
on the next plane.
my layover's in Atlanta.
That's
And
going to
then,
be... that airport is wild.
Oh, I know. I've been there before. I'll be all right.
Good Lord.
Oh. Wait, I think. Hold on. Perfect. Okay, so get this, guys. On our route, when we leave here in the morning, we will happen to be passing by one of the locations for the New Orleans brand of Cafe Du Monde, the legendary cafe au lait and beignet spot. So I might have to get you guys some good old New Orleans beignets on the way up.
Hell yeah. That's the one thing that I'm a little bummed out about is I won't be spending too much time in Louisiana to get some good food. But
you have a late flight out with how early we're getting up to get me to the airport? Bro, you'll have time.
We'll see.
Yeah.
For some reason on those flights, I couldn't, and I don't know if it's because of the time of the flights, but I have a TSA pre-check, so it allows me to get through security super quick, but it wasn't giving me the option for those flights. It really pissed me off. I was like, ugh, so I had to give myself a little bit of cushion because I've been screwed in security before. So hopefully I can get through, but it is a Sunday night, so we'll see what happens. But
it's not too bad usually out of New Orleans.
Yeah,
it's a new airport. It just opened 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Very nice, very clean, very efficient compared to the old airport.
Nice.
So
it's Nashville that's got me worried.
Yeah.
Nashville isn't too bad. It's
Was it not?
great. Yeah, it was, but I try to strategically plan my flights late at night so that I can sleep on the plane. But
Nashville has a lot of construction going on in the airport. When I was in there in December,
I just don't remember. Maybe I don't remember what it was like when I went, but I mean, I take that back. I remember that it was easier than I thought it would be, but I had a TSA pre-check, so I was able just to go right through the security line, not have to take off my shoes and all that BS. And they really don't give me crap about my like my recording equipment or anything. If I have to go through general security, it's like taking out all that shit, putting on top of the bag.
Yeah.
And one thing, I've been flagged a couple times because I have this little microphone stand, and in the box it looks like I've got some beater stick that you could just assemble on the plane and just start beating the hell out of people. And I've had to explain. They're like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "It's in the box. It's a microphone stand." And they got the like all my recording equipment. I'm like, "Look, it's not a weapon, dude." But I think we'll all be okay. But it's going to be fun touching down in New Orleans going, oh, shit, boys, here we go.
Hey, so when you guys land in New Orleans, as you're descending, see if you can get some snapshots of the old abandoned airport.
Okay.
I'll try to. It's going to be pitch black.
Oh, that is true. It's going to be dark as heck. Maybe for you, Chris, when you leave. That's true.
Okay.
But, they do keep the lights on, which is super creepy.
Oh,
so
that's weird.
It's the same airstrip, the same, landing strip. What they did was they built a new airport on the opposite side of the property. So when you land, you're looking out of one window and it's, brand new airport, hustle and bustle. And the other one is this creepy ghost town.
Oh, that is creepy.
It's creepy. The last time I came in at night, it was lit up inside and you can just see corridors of nothing. They took most of the seating and everything out of it. So it's just these long terminals with nothing in them.
Wow.
Well, that's
creepy.
Weird.
That is creepy.
That's some back room stuff right there.
Red Bull rents it out every now and then for indoor bicycle and skateboarding things. I don't know.
Huh. Interesting. I just who was it? Somebody I know just got back from New Orleans, and they went to Bourbon Street, and they're like, it smelled like piss throw up and booze. I was like,
Oh yeah, it's
oh
horrible.
man.
It's horrible.
Uh,
No thanks.
I'm sure there's a lot better places to explore in Louisiana, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Am I going to get to see an alligator or no?
Yeah, you will.
Holy shit. What are the odds of one like crossing the road?
At night, very, very probable.
Oh my God. Because I've never seen an armadillo until I went to Arkansas and there's a freaking armadillo. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, he did lose his mind for the armadillo.
What was the joke? That it was alive? I forget.
Oh, somebody put a get well soon balloon
Oh, that's...
on when I was telling you that story.
So what we'll do is when we leave the house in the morning, I'll take you boys through Mexico.
Okay.
And it is a large stretch of highway that has no. It's actually a large stretch of US 61, which goes from New Orleans all the way up to St. Louis for sure, maybe up onto Chicago. Anyway, it follows the Mississippi River up, but there's a long stretch outside of New Orleans where there's no street lights. It's just pitch black.
Shit.
Well, that's where you will see gators crossing the road.
Whoa, dude, that's crazy. I'm so excited about that. If I see a gator, I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nothing.
What time are we leaving in the morning?
So some drivers don't want to wake up that early. Some want to meet up like at 7 or 8.
Okay.
So we don't have to wake up crazy early. I mean, it's all about the adventure, you guys. I mean, it's Thursday. We're going to get there in plenty of time. So, I mean, unless you're hurting to get there at, the butt crack of the evening, I mean, I don't see any reason in us leaving at 5 a.m. or something like that.
Okay.
The only reason I would be in such a hurry to get there on Thursday would be to hang out with my bros. I'm going to be in the car with my bros. So,
yeah.
There you go. I say we just take it easy, man, not stress ourselves out. And again, these details are yet to be ironed out, but I mean, we have a good idea. I know what the consensus is. The consensus is about 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock.
We get to crash in DIY headquarters or what?
You want to sleep in here? You can.
You don't want me sleeping in your house, bro. You know that. Come on.
Why not? It doesn't matter.
bro, I will say this.
We got a
room. I shared a hotel room with you, Chris. It wasn't that bad.
No, we got a room. We got room.
Let me put it this way. The last plane trip I took for that work trip, I was on the plane, right? I was sitting in the chair, and I nodded out, and I woke up exactly like this. Oh, and I was like, I was so embarrassed.
You tried to play it off.
Oh yeah, like an idiot too, because I was still half asleep and I was so embarrassed. Yeah, it's horrible. Or I talk in my sleep. I said something on the plane. I don't know what I said, but the people around me were kind of like, huh? And I was like, so I don't know. It's very.
Could you imagine if you had like a night terror while sleeping on the plane? They're coming from the night terror.
Could you imagine if you're on the plane and you're like, fucking bomb? Oh my God, that would be the worst.
Air marshal tackles him.
You know what I've been working on though is there's this tape, like athletic tape, that you can put over your mouth, and it's just stretchy enough that it's breathable. So you're not going to suffocate, but it forces you to breathe through your nose instead of having your jaw with a. So I think if I'm on the plane again, I'm probably going to try to pass out. So I'm just going to tape my mouth. People are going to be like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah, this literally sounds like you're going to suffocate on the airplane, Chris.
Maybe. I get anxiety on planes. I have to have like the flight home. I was in the middle seat, which I fucking hate. And I reached up and I turned on the fan and it was like barely like whistling out. And I was like, you're kidding me. So I started to get anxiety. Like I need that air to hit my face. And so I started sweating. Oh my God. It's the worst. I hate it. At least I have a little bit of, I've never really enjoyed the aisle seat until this last flight to Kansas City. And I was like, the aisle seat ain't bad.
I always like the aisle seat.
Yeah, the aisle seat is not bad. But my problem is if I pass out, my feet start to wander and like my legs stretch out. And I woke up when I was in the aisle seat. I woke up with my foot in the middle of the aisle like a jerk. I was like, oh my God, come on, dude. So I don't have the best plane etiquette when I fall asleep. But that being said, I cannot, now that I know there's going to be a crew of other people and we can get video footage of all that, that's going to be awesome, dude. Yeah.
I just sent a message to the New Orleans Mopar organization. So
nice. I'm going to try to get a new banner made. And if I can get one done in time, a Motley Crew of Mopars banner, that'd be sick.
Oh, I still have a Talking Mopars banner
do you
here
have
for you.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
This
we
year?
can take that one. I need to get a new one
made. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's cool though. I like that one. That works. I just want to make sure people know who the hell is in the building. You know what I mean? Big Blocks Garage. Blake.
Sure.
Me. It's gonna be fun. But all right, boys.
It's
I'm
getting late.
gonna hit the sack. You guys hit the sack, and in a few weeks, before you know it, we'll be on the road to Bowling Green, Kentucky.
All right, I can tell you right now, I
for
cannot wait.
MoParty 2023.
We're also dead ass tired, and we're like, I can't wait.
I know.
Yeah, I've been up for almost 24. So
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm done. My energy is fanning.
All right, gentlemen.
boys.
On that note, remember, no Mopar left behind. Thanks for joining us.
Night, everybody.
There you have it, my friends. Another episode of Talking Mopars is in the books. For everything you need to know about this show, you know where to go, talkingmoparspodcast.com. And thank you for listening, and we will see you right here on the next episode. Until we talk again, I am your host, Chris Albrecht, and that was Talking Mopars.
Thank you for listening to Talking Mopars, your direct connection to all things Mopar. Until next time, remember, no Mopar left behind.